What's up, भाई साहब? Stressful days ahead. 3 मैचेस, 3 विक्ट्रीज. जो हमने ग्रुप स्टेज का रन शुरू किया था उसी तरीके से एंड करना पड़ेगा. बीच में 2 स्पीड ब्रेकर्स आए जरूर, बट वैसा ही है. बट टिल द टाइम नाउस वर्सेस एमटीवी देखते हैं, मूड हल्का करते हैं. देखते हैं नाउस और एमटीवी में कौन पहुंचता है. मेरे को लगता है एमटीवी जानी चाहिए, नाउस नहीं जानी चाहिए. नाउस बहुत गंदा खेली.
Get on in as well, but it's just going to be a bit of a charge together all as a team up through short.
Yeah, they're paying rent for this A site right now. They want it. It's a very, very challenging market at this point in time as well, but they're going to get it. Now they're moving to lamps, but how bright will they be? Flaring finds the opening, so that's a level of denial there again for Motive. But with the spike going down, Komodo, they're ready to break the barrier wall, and they are straight in there like swimwear.
Yeah, Motive need to be as well. They know how much utility there is. Going to tap on towards this spike. If they're deafened as well, you can try and maybe even get a little bit of a cheeky stick once more.
Orbital strike makes it very uncomfortable as well with Moja going down. Now Vera all up in the face as well. The light speed in. PTC though gets the ding. That's very important. They still have time if they can hold on here. If they take him down, but Vera managing to make it work. They're onto that defuse though now, so it's not going to matter. Nakia can get all the kills he won, but he will not get that round. And instead, Motive find double digits.
All 3 in a row. I feel like you need a bit of a chit-chat again over in the server right now from NAOS. This has not looked so good for them just yet. A couple of defusers in the mix. These post plants are not as secure as they'd be hoping at the moment as well. This is a clear sign that Motive have had the recognition to go for these early floods, to bait out the utility. They're looking better in these retake scenarios.
The mental game, Komodo. I remind you how important it is in a matchup like this. Again, these guys know each other in and out, left, right, up and down. The coaches have spent so much time preparing against each other, understanding the macro. But when it all starts to shake, twist, turn, that's when that, again, distress comes through. You make those micro mistakes, you question yourself, and the synergy starts to break down.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at this attacking side of NAOS so far, right? We're not seeing Zan kind of be the tip of the spear to go on in. A single entry kill that he's got so far, but we've seen these little lurks coming out as well, right? From Javi, PDC's getting an entry as well. We need to start to really see some formulation of ideas behind them that's not just gain some space over at A short or B long, try and explode in towards the site, get the plant and get on out. Post-plant meta was ditched a couple years ago for a reason. We need to adapt, we need to change. We need to rise above these sort of forgotten ideas. Yeah, you can throw some in here a little bit, but you cannot have your game plan just to be get in, get out.
It's that flag on top of the hill, right? The Pacific title, 2 slots that these teams are fighting for, facing off against. And it's only going to be one, excluding Boom, SCA representative. And with Wayne going down, that's a massive pick here from Zan.
I mentioned it, you got to see him start to fire up. You got to see him show his consistency in this one. A forgotten soldier in the round now in Wayne, but Vera, he can answer back with this convergent pass if he can get over, because the TP angle instead is a false sense of security. Does he choose to go on back or not to the A side? He doesn't.
And look at that space that Moja's made the call, right? He's got that information as to where that waylay was.
Yeah, but flaring as well, right? How long does he kind of stay towards this location before ultimately calling that, well, they're not going to be here. They are reposturing for this B site.
Now, cannot let Motive win this one. 11 would put such a sweat onto the team. And now they're in for position. Styron immediately making quick work of Zan. This is where the pressure starts to fall onto NAOS. They're still in hookah, Komodo. They need to get out of there.
Timing on that Sky Smoke is impeccable as well. You're not getting through that.
और TP भी मारेंगे.
A lot of that utility to get in towards the site as NAOS as well. This is a reset that they were not hoping for. It's the wrong call for them in a very important moment in this map. And I highlight flaring a little bit earlier on, right? How long does he stick to the top of short to get the information? Well, he's not now. He's playing for the TP, and Javi has no idea.
That's such a good clear as well from Flaring to be able to find that, because sure, they're going to get the site, but now they're at a disadvantage. They found the opening pick here, Komodo.
They're just going to get crunched in towards this retake. Flaring doesn't even need to take a fight. No. He can just sit himself here and toy with the idea that he's still in this spot.
That's information. They're hunting so hard for this. They find this frag. It would be absolutely clinical. It will. Okay, back to the 3-on-3 now.
Null command available for PDC, but he would have to get closer. Remember, there's not a lot of utility for this post.
Onto the tap. Just trying to force them out, get them out of their hidey holes right now, but that rotation coming in from Moja, he would need a kill to be able to pick up the orbital strike.
Oh.
There it is, he's got it now. All he needs to do is just sit back, buy time. Sushi Boys needs to invest, and there's the orbital strike already going in with it. Now it's Vera, all alone in a 1 versus 3, and I don't know if there's any way
Nice.
of finding this round. Moja the hero against
Crazy
the
round.
big bad Brimstone, and this game goes the distance it deserves.
That was a really important situation for NAOS as well. The fact that they do choose to go for that fight against Flaring, to make sure they remove an obstacle that could get the better of them a little bit later. You refocus the situation, and yes, Nakia gets a little bit claustrophobic in the showers as well. Do I get out my utility? Do I not? I've got my teammate in PTC with me as well. They get spotted, but really, Moja getting the flank, back towards short. Moja getting the kill makes things a bit too dicey for Motive. We bring it back within 1.
Just such an important recovery, right? As I said, Motive get 11, all of a sudden the mental game shifts.
Well, 0 point confirming the information onto Wayne as well that will now expire. It's enough for Heat here in the bathrooms as well to just get a bit toxic around it, force them back, because you don't have a lot of confirming information on this now squadron, right? You're not running a Fade, you're not running a Sova if you ever see one of those on this map, right? You're not getting confirmed information unless you're throwing in a Blade, but you don't know exact positions, so you kind of do have to respect the pit a little bit here.
Yep, domain expansion forcing into the complete other side
Wait.
of the map with this.
Wait.
Oh, no. That is such an important shot, my friend. You cannot be dropping those.
That is an absolute shocker as well. Operator down just on the long line. There's information for Motive that NAOS are coming our way, but there's not a lot you can do with it. You still got majority of players at this A site.
Literal silver platter positioning, right? And now Styron has to do it basically all alone. Or does he? No, the refract, they're out. They don't want it. They're moving towards A, and they're going to be moving straight in towards that domain.
Powerless.
Yeah, Sushi Boys is going to be here as well with an incendiary. They can buy a little bit of time. The null command does come on out, but you're just trying to bully your way into this bit.
Oh!
The benevolent shrine down, crazy.
भाई ये क्या था?
From PTC, the right click in, and now he's picked up the operator. It's going to be uncomfortable now, having to pick up that spike and slowed already. Nakia, oh, Sushi Boys, he is ready. He is absolutely ready to deny. 15 seconds,
Oh!
they have to get moving, but with Sushi Boys doing all the work. And now onto this position, Styron has the flank.
Do they know where he's coming from as well, right? He's kind of played a little bit of time. The Haunt was used just a bit ago from the short angle, I believe. So you're just going to re-angle yourself as NAOS to play really deep lines back. And I mean, you're already on the op line as PTC.
वो shot ही miss नहीं करना था. वो shot नहीं ही miss करना था.
It's so hilarious, this game, that you dive into the pit, right-click with the classic, pick up the op, and then shut out the round as well. It's so strange because throughout so much of that, you felt like it was Motive that were in control.
But you've got to remember as well, it's not like you're just jumping in with a headless chicken, right? You've got the null command, so even if you drop, you're hoping that your teammate gets that trade, brings you back on up, and you're still getting into the site together. So I do love that little switch up from NAOS in that moment, and now we start to get a little bit rocky, don't we? Tail end of the map. Tensions are high on this stage. In the first map for this elimination series, both teams so close. Great ideas so far, but this moment of time, Flaring a bit too wide.
Now
Such
NAOS
a
will
round
not.
for both these teams. Obviously, Motive lose it, they're
Will-
reset, but NAOS also need to make sure that they do not fumble the bag here. Now with Vera moving into showers, Saturate doesn't quite connect either, but the wall will.
They're just not going to care about him. He could be tricky. He could have a shotgun. He could have something sneaky-beaky, and he's just going to get isolated with that
Sushi
wall.
Boys, got to be so careful. They're playing with fire here right now, quite literally that Molotov going down
हो
as
गया
well.
अब save
Look
करो.
at this, they just got so much space now. It's another for Xavi as well. It's going to be uncomfortable. That's again the theme of this series.
और देखो
right
गेको को
now.
कहाँ घूम
And
रहा है
it's just,
नाकिया?
again, running out of time.
Where Nakia is roaming
Straight
around,
into the
just
claws,
check out
straight
that.
into the jaws of this operator.
अब
Inside
आए
the
shot
lamps,
पे.
inside the elbow, and now moving on out at the third. Wayne does get a little bit of damage, but takes some back, and it's just impossible this round. Motive cannot do it. It will be NAOS finding 11.
Wayne wants out. Wayne wants to hold onto the gun. Can't blame him. He had a bit of an investment in towards this round, hoping to steal it away. Again, like he did with that defuse previously, but now...
भाई ये बाइंड का मैप मेरे को नहीं पसंद है इसके लिए कॉम्पिटिटिव सिनेरियो में नहीं पसंद बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद बाइंड का मैप मेरे को
We're starting to see NAOS get back to things on this attacking side. Yeah, you got to drift on this defensive side. You're getting closer to the orbital again. You're one away from the Nightfall. Are you angling to pick one of these up come this new round? Because we need a decisive blow now for Motive.
I hate bind map on like
good Russian contest here.
इसमें कॉम्पिटिटिव
2020
सिनेरियोस के
calling.
अंदर, ठीक है,
They want their game back.
क्योंकि इसमें यू
Yeah,
कांट
my
एक्चुअली
God.
थिंक ऑफ बाइंड
Lights
एक
out.
मोमेंटम
Think
बेस्ड
about it now
गेम
with
है,
that
तुम
money
कंटिन्यू
situation
4
right now,
राउंड
if we
जीते
lose
तो
this,
तुम
they
4
probably
राउंड
lose the
जीत
game.
जाओगे, तुम्हारे पास नया कुछ करने को है ही नहीं.
Perfect on towards this spot. The Vera's playing as well. Top truck broken, crashed.
I hate that, I
But
don't
round not
know.
done just yet. Slow and steady with a convergent pass available for Zan.
The rabbit doesn't always win though, Komodo. Sometimes
Oh.
the tortoise, and there we go, Javi. They didn't even clear it, but this time they do. Okay, Vera and Wayne having an opportunity, but look at Moja. Oh my God, an assassin, a thief in the night. We talk about stealing rounds, and we talk about stealing lives. Moja, straight through, causes again that disarray. There's still an opportunity here for Moja to
उधर
get it.
देखो
They can
उसको
call for the
पीटीसी को.
TP though, because look at what PDC is doing. He's still trying to figure things out over at this B site. The wingman's going to get sent in, but it's a ruse, it's a fake. He's just trying to see if anyone can get chased right now, and Styron's location now confirmed. This is enough time to get the plant to situate yourselves comfy as now.
But it's so awkward, this level of separation right now, because Sushi Boys is still stuck there. They get information back off the horn, but oh no!
Hell nah,
Sushi Boys
bro.
can't be losing that one. Styron gets another. Timing is such a factor though here now, Komodo. He can get moving, he can get grooving. Now the Prowler forcing him back in. He knows that teleporter has come through, but he has to turn his back. He's going to be able to slip the net in towards the elbow. If he can get this pick onto PTC here, there's a
Let's
chance.
go.
Oh, you're telling me there's a chance, Komodo. Nightfall will confirm the information. Watching onto the line.
Let's go. क्या राउंड निकाला है स्टायरन ने.
From the night, from the darkness, the fade will deny. 11-11, make a wish. This series is that.
Styron is just showing us how long he's been in this one, for how much experience he can gather in this. Why is this guy so smart? Look at the angles that he takes in that situation for the Zowie clutch. Every single fight is individual, essentially. He's lucky to get out before being immediately traded when getting that first kill on towards Zan. But look at the others. He knows to take the fight to elbow, to drop the ultimate.
भाई क्या राउंड निकाला, ये सीरीज डिफाइनिंग, मैप डिफाइनिंग राउंड हो सकता है.
He will not go quietly in this map. Motives say it will.
और अब तो मैच क्या अरीना में है? हाँ शायद, क्योंकि चेयर्स लगी हुई है, प्लेयर्स आई मैच देखने आ सकती है, पब्लिक मैच देखने आ सकती है. The guys, those who are new, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. I know काफी लोग आने वाले हो. Wow.
Potentially pick up the thrash, right? So if that was a bit of an angle you were looking for in this map, you're going to have to adjust. You've got no showers control. You've got no idea on what is actually happening over at A. Have our opponents pushed outside of showers? Have they pushed up through short, right? What do our scouting reports, what are our history of this map look like? Because we know that NAOS picked this, right? They've done their homework against Motive on this map. But has there been enough?
I was about to say the investment into the dimensional drift to just try and find something,
Wow.
right? And they've invested
अब
into
MTV
the site
खींचेगी.
accordingly. And it's Styron and Wayne to deny. That is two massive picks right now. No resurrection. It's gone. It's out of the map.
And no convergent pass as well, right? Two very important ones that could have turned the tides in this round. Gone. 40 seconds, you rotate towards A, and you've just had that gate crash utilized by Wayne as well. So there's numbers over at this alpha site for Motive.
Oh, potential heartbreak after a first date for NAOS right now.
30
They have to
seconds
do
left.
everything here with the three. And now
Nice.
CBC crosses that line. He also
Nice.
goes into the jaws of Master Wayne. And now Nakia has to do it solo. And it's just
Well
going to be
played,
too
Rivera.
challenging for him. My, oh my, there's a reason he is the Batman, as he will step up and save Gotham City when the time is nigh.
Oh, you'd be feeling pretty all right with those 3 rounds you got in a row as Naos to get 11, right? But you see 2 in answer back from Motive right now.
That flash
And I feel
was
like you're
epic.
getting a little bit worried. This is the situation where your heart will start to beat so much it's going to feel like it's out of your chest. At least a bit of a savior for Naos as they have the funds to invest in this round again, but they can not afford to lose some power plays in this one as well. Immediate space from Motive over at this B site. PaperX-esque with how they're gathering it with the util. They get out, they know it's A, and it's quick from Naos as well to get in here too.
They're not leaving anything lacking this time as well. Convergent paths will go in. Will that catch flaring? No, not quite. So Zan's going to get moving, having a little bit of a look already, but again, it's just that call for concern.
Crazy sheesh hai bhai, crazy sheesh.
So they've got to get slotted into this post plant quickly.
It's a super early plant though, right? Now you've got to try and defend it for
Ryan
as
ko
much
chappal
time
aise hi pad gayi.
as possible.
Oh, he's ready.
Nakira wins!
Massive.
Awesome!
Oh, that's huge. Clinical. Being able to pull that away from Sushi Boys, there's got to be no opportunity to get back in. Surely not right unless Vera has something to say about it. But of course he does. It's Vera. They do get him back, however. Styron, Wayne, if you want to close this game, do it right now. Denied will be Styron. Wayne stepped up in the previous round. But
12, neck to neck game.
We are going to overtime.
Neck to neck, ekdam. इतना क्रेजी नेक टू नेक गेम बहुत कम जाता है बे.
No, finding Javi. No resurrection's going to be coming through in this round at all. No information gathered either there. So Nakia can just continue to watch on, but Flaring will not let him watch any longer.
Perfect.
There's enough time as well to just re-pick up that spike and have a call. Where do you want to look to end this? If it is the A site, into Moja, into PTC, couple of flashes and a fragment with the 0 point that'll come online soon. He just used it to the B site too.
20 seconds, and they're set up for success here, Komodo as well. All they need to do is just hit their shots right now. Flash drive out, buying time. That's all they need to do.
Nice.
It's the wrong one. It's the wrong body. Flaring will be able to take
Whoa.
it down. Vera hitting another. PTC has to do it all. Conversion pass. Does narrowly miss. Wayne not peeking in towards the line, though. It actually is the team damage. It's the team effect. Oh, Vera, you've given up the opportunity. But it's denied. Oh, man, if that was team damage, that would not have been the work that makes the dreams.
In these precious moments as well, there's a slip from
कैसे से rounds निकल रहे हैं?
I think that was a team flash on towards Moja at the bench, and then he shoots the clone and gets re-blinded. A bit of miscomms perhaps in that moment if it did eventuate that way. And
मैं एक ही चीज बोल रहा हूँ, अभी इतना नहीं फील हो रहा है. The moment VLT steps in, the moment VLT का गेम हो जाएगा चालू, तब जो दिक्कत आएगी तब देखना. रोशी भाई की स्टोरी से क्या क्या हुआ है देखता हूँ, क्योंकि अटीना कौन है? भाई जितने व्यू स्टोरीज पे आ रहे उतने अगर वीडियोस पे आने लग गए तो हो गया भाई, मजा आ जाएगा। फॉर रियल गाइस, वो एक काइंड ऑफ एक आधा रीशेयर ही है ना, एक बार तो आपको बूस्ट दे जाता है। एवरी सेकेंड आई एम रिफ्रेशिंग, मेरी स्टोरी व्यूज ऐसे बढ़ रहे हैं जैसे मतलब क्रेजी शिट है। एमटीवी जीत रही है, बस खत्म कर दिया।
Find their way in and that wall will go down, but so will Heavy!
बोला ना
And so
एमटीवी
will
जीत
the
रही है,
rest
गेम
of
खत्म कर दिया।
NAOS! Motive!
दे जस्ट एंटर्ड ए शॉट, ढाई 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 एक एक करके बंदे मरते गए। लेट्स गो, लेट्स वॉच समथिंग रे। सूर्य क्या कर रहा है? क्लूरजे भाई, अमी अगर मियाकिन बैठा है तो देखते हैं। आरू इज आल्सो लाइव। आरू 12 घंटे की लाइव कर रहा है आरू।
तो बहुत सिंपल सिंपल हो गया, जो सामने सामने उनसे फाइट लो, डीआरएक्स आई।
अच्छा, ही इज जस्ट वाचिंग इट लाइक काइंड ऑफ, पूरा रीड कर रहा है। ठीक है, बढ़िया है। हम भी कवर करने वाले हैं गाइस। गेम्सो भाई क्या कर रहे हैं? व्हाट इज कायरा डूइंग? कायरा दी क्या कर रही है?
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Ah, 100 healing.
Last player standing.
खुश आ गया क्या?
यार वो रेना को मार देता तो खत्म था राउंड।
दो तो मिनिमम आने चाहिए।
कितनी छोटी छोटी पीक लेता है ये क्लोव, है ना? वही तो बेचारा कब से तू होल्ड कर रहा है स्विंग के लिए, वो कर ही नहीं रहा ढंग से।
चलो 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 ये चलो, ये खींचते अल्टी। अगर वो अल्टी खींचता है तो उसको शट डाउन के लिए तैयार रखो तुम लोग।
So can you hold like this? I will DK.
हाँ मैं वही तो बोल रही, लेफ्ट ना।
अरे राइट में अल्ट में जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है? एल्बो में अल्ट में जा रहा हूँ। मुझे जगह स्पेस दो प्लीज, मेरे बीच में मत आना।
लेट्स क्वीन, थैंक यू।
बजा यार।
Satchel out.
टैग डैश होगा सिटी पेटी।
स्मोकिंग स्मोकिंग।
There.
I can drone,
So
I
Alex
can drone. Side side side.
Wait. Why? Default. What? Two default.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. A player. Might be player. No.
Last player standing.
exactly where. Like planted.
वो
Attackers win.
I'm not tired. Are you?
Let's go. Hi Caster Venom, welcome to the stream. What's up? आज के दिन में मैंने पता नहीं कितने ही क्लच निकाल दिए, मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा है। रुको एक सेकंड।
चलो मैं चला।
किधर जा रहा है?
मेरा लेक्चर क्लास है मेरी।
पहले मेरे से लेक्चर खाओ, फिर टीचर से लेक्चर लो। मतलब क्या चल क्या रहा है
बस
आपके जिंदगी में?
हाँ बस टीचर सुनने वाले टीचर।
चल
चलो,
ठीक है,
bye-bye,
ओके
have
बाय
good
बाय।
dreams.
यस
डे आउट वॉइस फ्री मैन। एक्चुअली भाई देखो ना, मैं ब्रेक में कुछ करने निशा नहीं है।
क्यों कह रहे हैं, क्यों हारती है एक और राउंड? अरे why the fuck man, why the fuck do you want me to do something like that?
ए स्टार को, हाँ ए स्टार भी खेलता ही है।
को प्लस कितना मिल रहा है? +17 फिर -21, गलत है ना ये तो फिर। मेरी प्रेडिक्शन 13 अच्छा इसके लिए बोल रहे हैं। गाइस लाइक सब करो फटाफट से जिससे भी नहीं किया है, प्लीज आई रिक्वेस्ट यू।
चलो कह रही 200 MB का अपडेट एक और आया है, पैच नोट्स में गया है। यूआई पूरा चेंज्ड। मैंने शायद नए अपडेट के बाद खेला ही नहीं है गेम को। हाँ नए अपडेट के बाद गेम ही नहीं खेला मैंने, फॉर रियल नहीं खेला। अरे गेम ही नहीं लग रहा है लो।
Match found. Warm up.
फैंटम
Fight.
वाह भाई, मैं गंदा खेलने लग गया, वो बंदे ज्यादा अच्छा खेलने लग गए। बंदे ज्यादा अच्छे नहीं है अरे सब आउट और इसने वाइड पीक ले लिया है मार दिया एक सौ एक भाई हिट द पैक ऑफ वन ये मेरा किल था वेक्टर है आणि किंग हूं मैं वो 108 जज है जज है मेरा राइट क्लिक का चप्पल बैठा नहीं उसको पीछे से आया रख चलेगा बूमर स्किल नहीं जाना मुझे चला रहा है हो गया
They formulate a good idea because this is not going to play the same as Bind for them. They're not going to be post-plant in and out. They have to look for fights. They have to gain advantages properly.
And that's the thing about Haven, right? You know, such a different way to be played than Bind does. And now look at the investment into the sewers. And they will find. That's a great pick on Emoja, but obviously now that sort of gives up the goat a little bit. They'll be making their way up towards C immediately now. And they'll have plenty of time to plan.
Oh, but what are they going to look to do here? Because PTC is on a massive marathon over on the other side of the map as well. You're not calling an audible to get back, but you need to get him over here to help this disadvantage hold.
Oh, it's going to get sweaty, isn't it? There's already an opening, though. Sushi Boy's taken down, and the Saturate, it does catch, but it only forces away because now they're stuck inside the window. And Wayne, Vera, they've done the damage. He's already found all the way through here, already onto that defuse. And despite the damage, it just won't be enough time. Maybe a little bit
MTV
more.
one more round.
Something, but Motive have already shut NAOS down.
An open plant not really going to work out. Motive with this style as well. If you're going to get into these battles with numbers, you're going to go in for these post plants in good stride. You're feeling happy with your retakes, and you're going into a map as well that probably feels a little bit more comfortable on Haven. You've got more reps on this one as opposed to the Bind of previously. You played E-King, and E-King does play very differently towards NAOS at the moment, right? E-King, the scoreline in the group stage we'll leave there. For right now, we're just seeing a really close one against NAOS, so the fact that you're answering back with a pistol finally as well for Motive, right?
Hey, look, the old Ekim game was maybe. You know, it was close, but just a little bit too far. So we'll leave it at that. But some investment already for information for Zan. He does get tagged up in the process, and now Vera, are they going to be able to clear him? The answer so far is obviously yes, plenty of damage. Relay.
One more.
Fantastic. Beautiful stuff here from Vera. Moja quite literally 1 HP. Zan also not feeling it. And it's going to be a very nice and clean second round here so far for Motive, unless Zan can find something, just something. And something is, all right, okay. So they've denied the judge. They'll pick it back up. But for now, it's 2 on the board for Motive.
Yeah, carrying over those weapons into this next round as well, where the bonus will come in play. But are we going to have a situation where the bonus will be picked up just like what they had handed to them in the second half of Bind, right? Are they going to be able to pick it up here? Because when you look to the attacking side that we got from NAOS in that game against SLT Songnam, right? We can use that as a bit of a litmus test because these two teams did lose to them ultimately. Not the massive scoreline, right? 13-6 loss. They are losing the bonus. They are losing pretty much everything in that first half to SLT. And while they pick up the pistol in the second round in their attacking side, there was only one after rounds, and then it was done. So recency bias in there. NAOS might not be feeling favorable on this map.
It's always that big question. Will it be the Haven sincerely close overtime affair, or will it be the one-sided stomp?
Take flight.
Again, recency bias says maybe.
Well, I mean, on that Motive, they had that stomp, 13-3. That is nothing to scoff at. They are looking absolutely clinical, and for this start as well, it's just going to get awkward, right?
Yeah, very, very awkward. Look at the damage already dealt. Dabby does manage to respond though nicely. Okay, no, yeah, okay, never mind. There was a little shake, but thankfully it wasn't stirred for NAOS. A great response there, only losing the one member there, straight back in.
And that's PDC getting the flank nice and good this time as well, right? Not really for the tail end where it doesn't do anything because the spike is already being defused. It's actually getting an active lurk happening with some good impact. But that just is the bonus. We've already seen some great recognition from Motive throughout the course of the last map. And the tourney in its entirety can be...
Was eliminated in the round.
Some mid-round bits where it looks a little bit awkward for them, but they are, in the grand scheme of things, looking good to readjust to the ship and steer in the right direction. So this sort of round, when they go in with their proper gun round and have a disgusting Odin in their hands, we'll see if we tie up or if they're going to just start a steamroll on this defensive side again.
Oh, look, so far I've loved the lurk from PTC. I think Motive are definitely going to have to be dealing with that one early. Try and work out exactly what he's throwing at them, but it's a heavy C and B lean for now. It's going to be a rude awakening here from Styron if he's not careful, but he does get out of dodge.
Yeah, but it's just Styron, that's the problem, right? You want to ask for a little bit of assistance in this situation, specifically from Vera. Get over here, get the stun out. You can play around this site, you can dance around, and hopefully just not trip over 2 left feet.
Always a little bit of a sense of panic there with that gate crash coming through now. Zan trying to find his way in, but he's actually caught in the process. Great damage dealt from Styron already, and that's completely forced him away, but they've got to be careful of PTC. He's already found his way up sewers, and I don't think they're actually ready for this here.
He's just going to insert himself and sit, trying to catch them when they rotate out.
Lull him into a false sense of security, right? Just give it some additional time. Vera has to go get caught clearing now, and he does. Cyber Cage goes down. Now the information gathered off the back of the cam. Hunter's Fury will be popped, and information now caught lacking. PTC, he's already been the hero in these rounds for the team, and now Motive, do they even want this?
I don't really think they're going to be given a choice, to be honest, with your 2 versus 4 to go on in. Yeah, you've got a smoke available as Wayne and a Paranoia in there, but Sushi Boys with the Odin, you're going to look to hold that heavy investment in towards the next round and just go at it again. A good reset in that round for NAOS as well. Good recognition that PTC's position was a bit of an unknown quantity there. You reset, toy with the idea of rotations away, wait to see a slip up from Motive. To be honest with you, not a massive slip up, right? Because we get some dead silence in the round. Vera feels like he needs to get a little bit of a how you going, confirm some info, and you already had PTC watching that line over towards Graffiti, just steps out, head removed, and then confirms information on 2 with the camera. It's really good usage from PTC on the Cypher there.
New addition to the roster too, right? You know, previously from Full Sense.
Talk about that risk as well, right? Going from a team identity that you've been in for so long, right? That national pride that goes on out, and now you're looking at Full Sense shambles in this tournament, already out for the count. A worse performance that a lot of people were not expecting. You specifically, right? One of your favorite teams, but to take this risk, to go into a more international style squad with NAOS and to be looking so hot to get into these playoffs now, in this series, up against the long-standing rival that you've not been able to topple just yet, and losing that first map, this is going to be a cracker later on if it does go the wrong way.
I'm already believing it does go the distance, and the start of this map already sort of leans into that. Information gathered onto Wayne, has to be very, very careful, and careful is not his forte. Loves a little bit of risk, and by risking goes down. Now Vera has to get the catch onto PTC, and he will. It's a 1-for-1 exchange here.
A Bucky on a Neon. Didn't know Danby was in this one. He's in the next series.
Look, there's a hell of a lot of Danby impersonators after Ascension Jakarta last year. Now they're making their way up sewers. There is 3 members here of Motive ready to take names.
Oh, but this angle, right? Just a swift headshot could have sealed the
Bhai
deal.
sahab, hey Odin!
Okay, hang on.
Odin din din,
I can't
mar
believe
gaya
Sushi Boys
Odin
is gonna
wala.
win that, but in the end, they do get taken down. Vera also spotted, and that distance makes it so awkward. So, I was thinking the light speed was up so high.
Kharab
Sushi
laga
was gonna
be.
catch it, but they get taken down anyway. Traded well onto the site.
We put a mirror on this scoreline right now, and it just reflects what we saw in the last series. But, you know, what a mirror does, it flips it, right? We had 2 from NAOS and 3 from Motive, and now it's the other way in towards this one. So are we still feeling like we're okay in the comms as these coaches, or do we really need to get investment early on? We saw a really good timeout, as Big Time highlighted from Coach Spin over on Motive in the second half of that first map. And right now we are indeed getting that timeout as well.
First time out of the map.
Are we seeing a really good value trade coming out of these timeouts for Motive?
It's 3 on the trot for NAOS. And I won't say, you know, crazy convincing, but at least it's been a level of consistency there.
What is Sliggy doing?
Well, the biggest thing for me though is this composition and the new map as well. It forces you to play differently, as opposed you were trying to like shoe in over on Bind, right? They were almost locking themselves into a cone of play, and it just didn't work out. And at the end, they do, you know, make it really, really close, but they're just scraping by in a couple of those rounds. As soon as Motive flip that switch and they know we can flood early, or we can let them expire their util and go in. You know, there's a couple more to the picture in that, but Motive had the better idea in the end. Now, you are forced to play a little bit different. You are forced to explore a little bit more, to have some more inserts and have some more value come on out against a composition that Motive throw that is been around for how long now, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. One of the OGs. The only real shift, you know, having that Neon come in, really sort of shake up the way that the game is played in totality. The old fracture in your spawn, in your face. Maybe that'll come back eventually, but for now, slotting back on towards the site will be Sushi Boys. He is going to be the first one to take point. They get the information quickly. And now look at that rotation, Komodo. They're going to be heading straight on in. The fake out, not destroyed this time.
No convergent pass usage just yet either, but now that you see that the drone can confirm some information, do you even want to still go beyond this? You've called for the rotations on over. You're toying with the idea of where PTC might have been able to slip in towards, but Styron's just locking down A. He's confirming that there's nothing there.
चलो guys, give me 2 minutes. मैं खाना ना खा लेता हूँ, तब तक मैप देखो, enjoy करो. माइक वाइक चार्ज में बस कैम बंद रहेगा.
Nothing C. They know this is happening.
बात अब ये तो क्या नाउ एक के बाद एक राउंड निकाली जा रही है.
Firing squad.
Yeah. Line them up. Take the names. And now, yeah, Sushi Boys and Styron, unfortunately, they just have to immediately take the L. There is no way they get back into this round.
हर बार यही हो रहा है. वो केजे को अवॉइड करते जा रहे हैं, केजे अवॉइड होते जा रहा है और उसके बाद
think about it as well, right? Motive get the confirmed info that nothing's at A, that nothing's at C from the jump spots, and they either hear or they see that it's not happening there. They can make the idea that it's the B site, right? Which, you know, it's the right call. Now formulate an idea that they know that there's going to be a stack when that wall drops to just destroy them. That is going to be huge, and that's exactly what happens. That feels like in that scenario, every member of NAOS knew what angle that they had to look when that wall dropped, because that was simultaneous executions that just came out.
It's that synergistic play, Komodo. We create words on this broadcast.
No.
And
Synergy and Majestic, for those that don't know.
yeah, exactly.
Synergistic.
That's what we're going to do as casters, right? We're going to try elevate the game in some way. Fake it till you make it, baby. But yeah, right now it's looking absolute lights out Valorant for NAOS. They have not skipped a beat so far. 4 in a row. Consistency is key, stacking up that financial position.
It's also the 4th one that comes after Motive's timeout, so that doesn't come out to good avail, unfortunately. So now we start to change a little bit of the thought process up as well. The Bucky behind the overdrive for Vera. Gonna have a itchy finger to drop on towards that one, and also I'm gonna highlight it because sometimes I put some bad shades on. Flaring is having a bit of a shocker so far for the start of this.
Oh, you can't do him like that. Maybe that'll heat him up. Some clammy hands definitely for Motive right now. Spike dropped. Just information gathering right now.
Oh, they were talking about on the desk, right? We gotta look at Flaring. We gotta see what this Viper is gonna play. He's no Munchkin.
That's it. Big shoes to fill.
Spike drop.
And can this lesser buy do something here for Motive? Now it's not really seeing any forward pushes at the moment, not getting an idea that there's any bit of a stack, because they just don't have much space just yet around the map. An early drone as well, gonna answer with one from Styron in spades, but what can you see with a minute to go on this clock? If you keep going to this location of A, you're gonna waltz into a pretty big stack, and again, that overdrive, Vera's gotta be ready for that.
It's awkward as well, right? You know, where do you go with this? The Spike's obviously still heading over towards that side of C, and now as the information goes through, does have that Hunter's Fury, but as the light speed goes in, the refract also follows, and that's when they shift it up, and that's when they put the foot down towards C.
Overdrive in. Zan, is he going to be able to fall or find the frag? Well, it's the latter, and now the C site is in control of NAOS, and they're just looking to dominate every single duel around the map.
Oh God, it's just painful right now if you're a Motive fan. They don't know what they're doing, they don't know where they're going, but it is still early days in this map of Haven.
Well, if it tends towards what we've seen in this round already, they're just going to the great beyond.
They have to do something here, right? You know, I don't think that we're going to see Styron rip the Hunter's Fury. They're just doing a little bit of searching, trying to drop some of those weapons because the financial, again, situation for NAOS is just too strong.
Oh, cash for days, mate.
Last player standing.
You get an exit kill here as Zan. Remove a gun that was maybe looking to be salvaged by Flaring, but
he
again,
doesn't save this.
Just on the donut, and Styron, as you say that, well, maybe he does. Wins the duel against Moja, but still being hunted, and, well, no Cape Crusader here in this one. 5-2 for NAOS. On the trot of 5 in a row. They have got to be feeling much better with how things are going here.
Train is truly in the station right now. It's insane to see how well that they've been able to formulate these last few rounds. You know, we talk about a little bit of a flow state and what it means to kind of get into this, because Bayern Komodo was very back and forth, right? There was no one kind of steering that ship.
Yeah, for sure. Now we're looking into the conditioning factor in this sort of scenario as well, right? NAOS of being 2 and fro, stop and go. Get a couple of good inserts in there as well. It's time to get a little bit pacier in the mix when you've got the from the shadows, when you've got the convergent pass as well. You can really push Motive out of a site, kind of draw out some of the utility of their own, where in this scenario too, Sushi Boys is not going to be able to pick up a lockdown to throw in the mix unless he's getting a kill. There's no extremity control here for Motive. It's more in toward the sites and a quick rotation if possible. Hoping it's going to tend towards the C or B site more so than A, with a bit of stalling power sure from the Killjoy util.
So much pressure on that Outlaw as well, right? You know, I remind you all that Vera burnt his overdrive for naught in that previous round.
Here we
go, they're ready. Making their way in towards the garage, but will there be a sale? The opening shot, but taken. Oh no, again. Vera, the man to go down, but it's all a ruse again. They are heading towards A. There is utility down, however.
Dan's just giving him a massive headache, and now you've used a little bit of your utility to get in front of the utility that could have been in garage, but you can still look to do so, right? This insert of PTC gonna be allowed to get some little space through garage, and with 30 seconds to go, Mitch, this can get a little bit dicey. Look at the position of the spike.
Yeah, I don't really know where they want to go right now, but it doesn't matter exactly when now. It's just keep taking these players of Motive out of the server. Once again, you know, they're not even able to be in a position where they can defend the site. They're just taken down one by one by one.
There's a lot more decisive calls coming through from NAOS at the moment, and a lot better angles being held. And that's a bit of a mistake here from Sushi Boys. Getting a bit frazzled in the server. Now flaring. Just gonna have to save yet again. Might actually be a scenario for Motive that they have to call another timeout in this first half. Flaring's gonna finally get on the board. But bittersweet in the moment.
No impact. And I think
Moji gets his drift.
Yeah. Look, well, all the ultimates, right? The only thing that we're missing is that neural theft from PTC. But yeah, right now, Motive just don't look like they're locked in.
I don't really think PTC needs the neural theft at the moment because he's already in the mind of the opponents.
Yeah,
he knows what's happening. He knows where they are.
And look, Javi's, you know, clearly calling some lights out Valorant right now. Oh, I mean, benefit of the doubt. Right? It can be so hard to defend Haven. It can be so hard to take that proactive risk.
And this is just a testament to how close this tournament can be and how unexpected anyone can be, right? We don't know where things are going to go at all. We've seen some stomps on some maps from these teams. We've seen some stomps be dealt to these teams. And right now, all that matters is what the damn hell is happening inside the server. And right now, NAOS is destroying Motive. They are stomping on them, and the timeout will indeed come through for Motive. I posed the question before, will they use their second timeout in this first half? I won't lie. I didn't think it was going to be this early in the first half, but they have to turn this around. They need to make this 6-6.
Not in a series like this. You know, a team that was looking so dominant on Bind. Again, they showed a couple of moments of weakness, which NAOS were definitely able to capitalize on. But right now, it looks night and day in quality and caliber of these teams, right? And this is the map selection of Motive.
You got to think bigger picture as well, right?
Tell me,
as the coaches sometimes do need to, outside of the team, inside the map, let the team focus here. But if you're forward projecting as well, and Lotus is in this veto at the moment, you got to have a little bit of a thought on your back of mind for Motive that you did lose that map against E-King. You did not look too good on it. And similarly, I guess NAOS did lose to a velocity that is looking so good. Who knows where that one would end up if we do get it.
भाई साहब क्या राउंड जा रहे हैं ये 6-2 हो गया है.
Now that we do get back into it, Motive on their second timeout, equipped with kind of nada. They need a thrifty answer here.
And they haven't changed up the way they're approaching these rounds either, right? You know, Styron's just still sitting over towards A. Moja doing his due diligence, finding the back of the site with that dimensional drift. They've spotted Sushi Boys.
Oh, that's
a little bit further in.
Oi.
Away with one though, flaring. Gets taken down to 5 points of HP immediately, and he's traded. And now in towards the site. They're already here, and Nakia is just shutting them down. Styron, again, has to rotate all the way around.
He's just always in another postcode, and unfortunately, the mail is just getting lost at the moment. He didn't get the delivery.
Man, literally, we're in Bangkok. He's in Phuket somewhere.
Well, it's looking to just be another round for NAOS, but, I mean, if you put these buys up on a scale and some momentum here, chances are NAOS are going to be on the tipping point anyway. Motive, though, that timeout has to come into fashion in the round after this one, when the buy is back, when the ults are in. And to be honest with you, I want to see them go for somewhere decisive around the map.
Man, it's
been a bit
Groundhog
too
Day.
passive.
Way too passive, right? It's very still, you know, you can't play Haven this way. And again, I say this from my bloody armchair, right? I got no idea. But it is not looking like that expected form from Motive right now, and why Haven can be such a disparaging map in the middle of a series.
No, for sure. The lead now, no matter what, at the half will be going towards NAOS. The question just is posed, how far forward are you going to look to continue to go with this lead? The timeout, as I mentioned, has to come into good results here, because if not, well, you might just have to forget about this half and look to come back on the next one. Big Time was saying something of a 9-3 he was expecting on that first map of Bind. Well, it didn't actually go there at the half. This one could.
However, 9-3, that cursed scoreline, Komodo, I remind you, when you shift aside, sometimes the tide goes out with it and brings in the missing persons.
A different look, though, towards this utility going at the B site. You can already see that in the spawn, Styron is waiting, head on a swivel to pop that Hunter's Fury wherever NAOS might rear their heads.
Just spotted. And he takes it. This is a big opportunity now. Wayne finally getting the opening kill for this side of Motive. A change in pace is what we need now. They've sent them packing. However, PTC's already taken some control up mid.
But what is he going to be able to do with it at the moment? Wait for the team, start to come on up, posture for a bit of a B pop. You've got the blind side and the TP to go in, but this timing on Styron, is it go time behind the drone? It's going to spot PTC, the general lurk to fall on Way, and it's going to allow them to slip on in.
Yeah, the Viper slithers in, but will it be the RKO out of nowhere? We'll have to find out shortly. There it is, Styron, Vera, okay Motive, I see you. PTC, however, can get one back blind, and Wayne, oh, Wayne is in position. PTC, however, has found 3. It would need to be the Ace and Zowie clutch to get this job done. Inside the cyber cage, watching the wrong way. Patricious, delicious.
Oh.
Not today, they say. Oh my word.
That was getting very close to be the 18th ace of this tournament so far. And can you believe that? We've had 17 so far,
Well,
if
like,
my numbers are right.
Is that like 16 from Whitecat?
No, there's a couple in there. Nearly gets the job done as well from a very difficult spot. We're asking the question from Motive, when are you going to start to answer in this map? But I gotta say, it's a round. It is not a round filled with comfort.
No.
It does not give you confidence.
Not in any way, shape or form, my friend, but it certainly does fill me with excitement. I hope you guys are all having just as much fun as we are.
Shock Dart going to be missing the alarm bot as well. Pretty pivotal to still hold some good control at the front of B here, but Hunter's Fury on the tag starts to come on out from Styron. Generally, Mitch, in history, in SEA, he's always been good for something off that ult, but it goes a little bit wayward.
Yeah, a little bit premature there, and now Sushi Boy's missing the shot, was able to close in the opener in that previous round, but now denying. The refract comes through, and now the convergent pass, that will likely catch Sushi Boys, and he has to get away as well. Oh, it's very uncomfortable at this point in time. They're going to have to respect it.
And the plan can go down. Remember, there's still a couple of ultimates that NAOS do have here, but the double flank to come on out. The early Hunter's Fury to end the lockdown. Now the flank can start to come into play.
Oh, he connects, but Moj is there to trade, and now they're getting all up and personal towards his position on the flank. Hunter's Fury already denied, and into the cubby. Javi, he's taken. Vera finally able to start to activate, but Nakia, that from the shadows, he's moved into position and found one. Styron's down. Wayne, though, however, all up in their faces, and Vera has awoken the lightning. It will strike at the right time, and Motive are edging their way back in, Komodo.
A bit more decisive in that round for sure, getting the space around the map. It was something that I was really waiting for. They were on the back foot time and time again, not being commanding in any angle, but this time they take the space, they get the quick wrap on. I'm thinking to myself, PDC, you're throwing out the hat, you're getting the neural theft, but by the timing, they're a little bit too close for your teammates to do anything. For Javi and the cubby to be able to even find one, unfortunately, Motive, they will hold on, and now they can start to shape this up to be a 7-5, but it's just another rifle round they are going to have to contend with here.
I'm looking into my hands right now, and it certainly says game. So we are continuing the way forward. An opportunity for 5 here for Motive right now. The Owl Drone will gather that information, but look at the pace, they're already up close.
Got to remember as well, the overdrive is available for Vera now on the power line.
and he breaks the wrong one, but at least he can get out quick with that fast lane. There we go. No, he's overcooked, he's overshot, and Moja will absolutely capitalize on that. How's he got 2? 7 HP, bringing it back to position now. Styron still in the cubby, taken down.
A bit of time here as well to reset the situation. Javi to get the plant. I'm thinking to myself, you get that on Moja, he has a drift, he can still be active. But it's so chaotic around the server at that moment, and the important thing is 5 alive here for NAOS despite the HP.
3 low, but will it matter? It certainly didn't for Moja getting those couple of frags, but the paranoia is a good catch. However, it isn't going to call for any negatives. They get the job done. It's a clean, a flawless way to close out the half. And whilst Motive finds some footing, NAOS look to kick them off the cliff.
Gotta be a good little feeling for them now in this first half, of course, but the job isn't over just yet. Another half that they have to get through, and a change of pace, a change of mindset as NAOS will switch onto the defensive side. They want to push us onto Lotus to get the 3rd in this very important map here that is an elimination series 2. Motive, though, they want to close this in 2, and we're gonna have to figure that out after the halftime break.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the halftime show, and with me, I have our beloved Valorant influencers, Mal and R. สำหรับวันนี้นะครับผมก็มีแขกสุดพิเศษของเราเป็นน้องมายนั่นเองครับ MyNR อยากรู้คำถามแรกเลยคือเชียร์ทีมไหน
เชียร์ NAOS eSport ค่ะ
ทำไมครับ
เพราะว่าแฟนอยู่
ชัดเจนนะครับ So the first question, very simple. Which team are you rooting for in this matchup and why? And of course, her answer is very short and concise. NAOS eSports because her boyfriend is playing there. นะครับแล้วคราวนี้เพราะว่า halftime interview เนี่ยสั้นมาก We really have a limited amount of time. So I want to know, do you have any message for the team for NAOS eSports? มีอะไรอยากพูดกับทีมไหมเพื่อให้กำลังใจเขาเพราะนี่อยู่ที่แมป 2 แล้ว
ก็ขอให้ได้เข้า
We are back. मालूम है मेरे को थोड़ा लेफ्ट राइट हो गया.
All right, and the message for the team is, you're doing great. I will wish that you keep this up, and we want to see map number 3. สำหรับวันนี้ก็ขอบคุณนะครับผมน้องมายด้วยนะครับผม And guys, that will be it from the stage. We'll take you right back to Haven.
Jazz watch party safe.
Now, Isara, I actually would have to agree with you right now. Some would say Haven, I say heaven, because we have a hot series of Valorant. And again, elimination, maybe not in this opportunity right now with the way Motive are going.
Got to see a couple of step-ups from them coming on towards this attack side as well. Got to have some really big timing from flaring on this standard toxic screen as well, and how it's played, because when you just get in front of it over at this A side for a pistol pop, well, you're not really using it for the later stages, and we need to see him start to really get into this server.
He does manage to slip the net though, Javi, and he does get one, okay. So the one and done to drop the spike, at least that sort of forces the bleed out a little bit longer. PTC is up very, very close. I don't think they're going to give this one much time, Komodo. Ready to make their way through. It's going to be the dark cover up towards heaven. They are buying some additional time, but they're waiting for that flank. So careful. However, it is not going to come through. And now as the blind side gets on in, flaring opens up.
Oh boy!
Make it
Oi!
the third. But that is Motive straight back into this map with a pistol round.
Yeah, making sure that they get both in this series, but it's the rifle rounds that has really let them down. So if they can have a clinical start towards this attacking side as well and really structure some good ideas around the map. This Gen G comp has its strengths, but are we going to see Motive really play on the back of the strengths that it can provide them? Because we've seen some disconnection from them on that defensive side. Now onto the attacking side, you need that momentum. You need, honestly, in this atmosphere, that hype guy. And they get the pistol. We see that. It has to push them very, very deep. Get a clean round here. Get closer. Look to do some damage on your bonus.
And that's exactly right. The crowd is only going to build over the next couple of days. I understand that Sunday is sold out. There's going to be plenty of eyes on these players inside Imperial World.
I'll see if there's going to be a cheeky shot from any of the NAOS guys here. Just on the pistols that are being saved on out as well.
Really just buying time. This is about not making any of those mistakes. Imagine how crushing a blow would be from NAOS to win out this Thrifty, and we've seen plenty of them throughout this competition.
Well, if you want to talk about a possible weakness, having a player without an upgraded gun in flaring
7
over at
HP,
the
38
A side
HP.
could be something for
HPs
Javi,
are very low.
but they're just going to waltz past each other in different locales.
PTC already spotted out some information towards long, but it looks like Sushi Boys is taking up that narrative now. And Vera's actually out, so they're going to completely change pace now.
Oh, what a shot from Javi, but does he know that flaring was already up too long?
Surely.
Maybe not with where he's looking,
Oh, he's missed.
but there's a whiff from flaring.
Time, that's all they need. Time to rotate in, time to get moving, Komodo. And with that dark cover down, it is going to make it so awkward. Javi finds another. Moj is there as well. Komodo, this round
Classic round इतना chaotic क्यों है?
Not for now. PTC would have to make his way all the way through the sewers, and it's a tough plumbing job here. Does find a weapon, it's a Spectre, it is doable. And they go close. Straight in, it could be the duel opening. Oh my god, PTC! Woohoo!
It gets close, it surely gets close there, but more importantly, Motive, they save face, they do not lose the round. Some damage that gets delivered by a bit of the utility in that as well. Very important that flaring got out that molly. If it doesn't, well, there's space and those pistols, well, they're already showing that they know how to bully you a little bit there. Just the Vandal that will survive over to Motive in this round, but they do force up a little bit more heavily on a couple of players here. Styron without credits, Vera, you can kind of say the same with 300 being saved. They definitely want to be picking up the bonus. They definitely want to make sure that they are making a statement here on their map pick.
Buy low, sell high, and that's what Motive are looking for right now. They want to make sure they convert this. There's no messing around with the bonus, and PTC, how do you get away with that?
PTC.
3 clean ones.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
that
man.
might just be the round. Hey, but Sushi Boys going to be spotted out, going to be hunted. Great paranoia from Nakia. And now it's Flaring's turn.
Oh, man. You know, you constant clamber talk about how this guy needs to be the hero for the team of Motive, how he needs to step up to the plate at the most opportune time, but he would have to find 3 more and a really significant Zowie clutch here.
These sort of moments, though, NAOS, if they do give him an opportunity, he won't go quietly. He'll try to find these 1v1s.
He's got the time. Just slips the net. So important here. Has the utility to burn through.
It's trapwire at the front of B. He's not going to be able to destroy that. He'll get swung upon pretty quickly, you'd assume, from the window spot of Javi, but he can start to slip through A if he wanted. Just opting for the plant on B. Now he needs to shoot good.
Oh, they have to go together. That's the only key here. PTC just wants to buy the additional time right now. Keep him focused, keep him occupied. Because look at the level of hesitation coming through. They want to double up, but they're giving him a chance. They're giving him an opportunity, and you cannot take that if you allow the Vaibhav. He will kill you with that poison, instilling fear in the hearts of NAOS. And Motive have got their mojo back.
Where the hell has this flaring been this whole map? We were talking about him. Big Time was saying we need to see the Viper come on through. This dude had a donut for majority of the first half. He got 2 kills. He doubled it in the first round of this half in that pistol. And now he comes out with the 1v3 Zowie clutch. What did I say? If you give him an inch, he will take a bow. If you slip up, he will destroy you. He is a flare in this server now, and that pun is absolutely intended. That will light a fire under Motive here.
Us Australians know how deadly the snake bite can be and how scaring a flaring can be when he's on. And that is so desperately needed. The momentum that NAOS have been able to build off a solo play, a 1 versus 4, it's enough to just start to shake out NAOS a little bit.
How did Styron do it last time, remember? How did he come out with the 1v3? 1v1, v1, v1.
It's
always
such simple Valorant, isn't it? But
always.
It happens. It happens at this level. And it's because of that slight little bit of panic. You line up together. But if you do not get that trade, this is where diamonds are made.
He's picked the angles perfectly. He's hit the shots. There's no way that you can argue that. A bit of a dropped ball from NAOS and Motive. They pick it up in their court. And now they may very well be better for it, right? The economy, a bit battered and broken on NAOS. They stop on down to a lower buy.
Spike drop.
It's just that constant play of Haven, right? You know, you switch the sides, nothing is ever done. It was a 8-4 half here, and now we're seeing 8-7, bonus one.
Yeah, this can turn into an equalized scoreline as well, and then Motive on the back of that momentum will look to ride the wave and close this map.
Oh, they've got to be careful though. You know, we saw what the Pistols have done previously, and there's Javi finding one, and they keep on pushing, they keep on fighting. They want to try take one further here, and Sushi Boys straight onto that line. He knows where Nakia is though. They're going to drop the dark cover.
They got the gun. That's a big little bonus here for NAOS to have something to cook with in this round.
Oh.
Don't really want to see the investment of any ultimates behind it though. It is just the lesser one. You want to maximize the situation. If you do get a kill or two, yeah, absolutely. But you've got the control of this C site now in the hands of Motive. They can set up for this post plant and maybe even use the pit if they want.
That camera's up though. You know, the amount of information that this man's going to be able to gather, it even slows down that spike plant. And now as the information starts to come through, that's when Javi can pop the Hunter's Fury.
Ooh.
Time, damage, a little bit of panic again set in. Back to this 3-on-3 now, Spike will go down.
But there's no flank, remember, coming out at the moment. It's going to be the Garage and the CT pull from NAOS to get on in. It's not the best weapon to go in with the Bucky.
They need this round, and if they turn it, maybe they can just potentially stem the bleeding a little bit, right? You know, forcing Motive back. Styron does find it on the line. It's going to be Zan, however, it is.
Nice, 8 to 8.
Well, Nakia can't find that distance, can you? You told me that the Bucky wasn't the best weapon for the retake, and that has been proven in the pudding. 8-8, scoreline tied up, and this one is going the distance.
You know, Sushi Boys can taste that one as well, right? He has been around a couple of rodeos. He's been around in this game of Valorant for quite some time, and folks, I mean, this guy's been at, what, Masters, he's been at Champs, he's done some damage, he's been around. He wants to get back to Tier 1. This is the team he's chosen to do it with. When they got picked up by Motive, he joined them.
Gotta go.
8-8, we tie it up. The buy back from NAOS, the operator out for Moja. The other side of the map, and we're starting to build a lot of heat around this A site at the moment from Vera. Tagged a little.
Already finding control as well. Moja has locked into that C position. A little bit of information. They are set up for a play, but I don't think they're actually going to need it here to go down sewers.
As soon as they saw something Paranoia out, and you're hoping for Zan to be able to polish off a member or two of Motive, but that is not going to be the play. They're going to have to reassess the situation and readjust. You look towards Moja on this long C line at the moment, but that's not where Motive are. Posturing up towards the B site, the intention.
Lockdown, Viper's Pit, all available here.
भाई ये तो
Motive are
9-8
gonna
है.
use it to set some security up.
Because Javi used the Hunter's Fury in the last round as well, right? So the lockdown free of charge to get on in towards this site, but they're waiting a significant amount of time to actually get on in. Get the plant, and this 5 versus 5, you're dropping the pit here is flaring too.
God knows what's going to happen here. Well, Wayne's already been taken. That's a really big opportunity given up by that Shrouded Step. Holding fast now. They've got an opportunity to get back in here now. So they've already made themselves find an advantage. But Vera already dropping him out of Link, getting one back into the pit. He will go. He does get snared up, and that makes it really uncomfortable now. Great work from Zan. Refracts out to get some safety again, but they still haven't found that snake. They still have not found flaring. And whilst he's there, that pit will continue. And now they have to continue. That timer is ticking now. Komodo, he's jumped past it. He's gone out. He's found now. And flaring once again. Will he be able to be the man, the myth, the legend?
The legend!
Of course he bloody will. A 3K for flaring. He stands, he calls. And that is, I can't believe I'm saying it, but Motive taking the lead.
Look at the 5 in a row from the pistol, from the bonus, from the clutches. This is a mistake from NAOS now that is starting to tumble down and build some massive momentum
It's
against
getting
them.
piled up again and
seemingly
again and
not
again and
stop
again.
that
That's
momentum
it.
at the moment. I thought there was a bit of a wrongful timing in that round when Flaring's toxic screen isn't up. Wayne TP's up. There's a gap, right? There's an opportunity for NAOS to get in.
2 kill पे था Flaring
Yeah, I know.
first half में. अब
He gets
13
the
पे
clutch and
बैठा
now
है.
he's within the pack, overtaking some teammates. Sometimes in this game, you can have some shockers, but you can step up as well. And he's showing it here. Now back to the lesser buy as well. They do get up close and personal with Motive around the corner at A long.
Oh, they want to get this one in, and I think he actually might be able to find it. No, he's still alive. Vera holding on. Vera holding on. What was that?
Wow!
The fadeaway, the drive-by from Vera. Shocking.
The eco round for NAOS though. EDC spotted, destroyed as well. Vera Getting some good stats padded in this round. Motive looking for 10.
There was a world, Komodo, where if Vera wasn't fragging, Kimmy Kitten's disguise, they weren't winning. But that certainly has started to change this narrative. He's got teammates that can do it, but he can still do it too. Sitting atop the server right now, spike in hand, will get it planted, and obviously, you know, NAOS have to go for this here.
Well, the Stinger in close proximity, it can get some good duels on out.
Not quite half, not quite taken.
Nah.
Just trying to do anything really at this point in time. It's desperation from NAOS. And it's looking awkward, looking uncomfortable. Now moving in with a light speed, not quite. Vera just looking to pad the stats, trying to find that ace right now. As poor Nakia sits inside the garage, just waiting for the inevitable, it sort of feels like at this point in time. Straight into the window, Vera, denied. That's okay, we'll give him some space for it anyway. As it's going to be Wayne to close the round, and Motive against all odds have found double digits here. This is where the panic really starts to set in for NAOS. Their 2025, Komodo, could be coming to a heartbreaking end.
There's a couple of rounds left in this one if it keeps going this way for sure. We've seen nothing on the defensive side at the moment from NAOS. I mean, you look at Vera, he's trying to get the ace in that round to meet Wayne, who had one in the game against NKT over on Abyss. But right now, Wayne just doing what he needs to do on the Omen at the moment in this one. Be a part of the pack, because Valorant is a team game. In victory and in loss, they do this together as a team. And right now, Motive, map 1 done, map 2 of their own. It was looking shaky, and that's putting it, you know, lightly for that first half. They start to enter back, but now 6 rounds in a row. They are looking flawless on this attacking side.
Ben Kai smiling. That's not good news for NAOS right now. And this is do or die.
Ben Kai smiling is not a good news for any
team. A little
team
talk,
of
a little chat. Trying to understand what's happening. Not a single round secured.
Crazy she's na bhai.
Haven here, Komodo.
Let's
Crunch
go.
time.
By the way, guys,
You did not put in
I
all
don't
of this
know,
hard work. You
but,
don't show up to practice every single day. To not try to be the best. Pacific, holding some of the greatest teams in Valorant history, looking to join them, to rub shoulders with them. That's what these players are fighting for daily. And it all could come to a crashing end for NAOS again if they're not successful here and now.
Gonna be a very important couple of first duels for sure. If they can win them, a trap play at the front of B between PDC and Zan, but the timing for the swing.
Zan gets 1. That's all that matters for this point in
Whoa,
time.
whoa.
Styron can get 2. He does 1 better.
Takes space.
Really does. And he's looking for a third, but Nakia, maybe he's overcooked here a little bit. They're still healthy. Moja down low, but they've got that space on towards B. But now look at this flank as well. Look at flaring his position once more. Moja, I don't know if he's ready for it here. He's looking the wrong way. Will he give up his back? No, not quite. But flaring has taken so much space.
Call for the TP to get that spike over towards the C side as well, but not immediately into the site. You wanted to scope out a little bit of long first. I love the idea of that, but now the plant goes down, and we have so many duels differently around the whole map.
Timing. It's absolutely every which way right now, and the thing about Moja's positioning, he's actually going into the dimensional drift. It's not even going to matter. He's found that. He knows garage. He knows long. That can allow some space for the rest of the team to come in.
You can use the clone here. It can take a body shot. You've got a flash as well to set up your teammates. Where do you think that TP went if you were in audible range at all?
Best opportunity here for NAOS right now. This is absolute desperation, and Sushi Boys wants to deny. He's already been the chef, but how much will he cook? A Michelin star. It might very well be Komodo. Nakia's found but 4 is even better. NAOS, they hold on.
I thought in that millisecond that Sushi Boys was going to get out that Nano Swarm to get it on the spike, to buy himself a couple of crucial seconds to get around the site, get out that reload for Motive to be able to keep this run flawless. But the fact that Nakia comes out at the end with that shot, we need to see Nakia vision. We need to see how he's got this final one. Just through the box, sees him on the wider angle. Finally, folks, we get NAOS having a round on this defensive side after their timeout. But it is not job done by any means.
No Sage this map, but that is the resurrection that NAOS needed.
Can they continue, though, to equalize once again? Zan, Javi, around the map, they do it.
The proactivity, that's what we've been lacking. That's what we've been missing right now. They're straight into the garden. They've got the frags.
I mean, it's one of the more common things when you see a Waylay on this map, right? The TP play to come out of the garage and you fade on back, you refract on back. It is so common. I was a little bit surprised we didn't see it too much from NAOS just yet.
Yeah, that change away from the Neon, right? You know, you've got to really be proactive early in the rounds. And now Wayne looking a little bit awkward. He will have Vera joining him shortly, but only on the Outlaw as it's Styron taking space.
Not able to do too much with it though. If it was a shock dart and you hear it, gives you a bit of a different idea on how close they might be towards the C site. But the fact that it was the rifle, you start to formulate a different couple of ideas and space.
भाई views देख के मैं पागल हो रहा हूँ. Story पे 500 views है.
To be honest with you, doesn't really matter too much. They can set themselves out for a pretty good retake if they want as well. Convergent pass, recon dart, smokes to isolate some angles and flashes. I mean, you've got a lot to play with NAOS on this comp for potential retake of this A site.
They've set themselves up so well for success, right? You know, losing a 3v5 here would just destroy them.
Spike planted.
So getting it done now. Spike goes down for Motive. They have to play their cards perfectly now.
Outlaw on the line as well. Can remove a couple of members of NAOS.
4 members.
Oh man, Wayne's positioning. He's got the paranoia ready, and there's Vera finding the opening. They're not ready for it. Wayne's already done the damage. Vera's found another Nakia. He's taken down. No way!
घुसने नहीं दिया रीटेक के लिए साइड पे.
The bag, but that is literally tossing it into the abyss.
That is 3v5 that Motive have just converted on the site. Why did I just highlight the Outlaw for a reason? Because there were 3 members susceptible to that on the NAOS side. And I'm knocking my noggin right now. That TP from Nakia, very ill-advised in the chaos, lands it. Vera, extremely sharp on the switch up for that kill as well. And it is, as I mentioned, essentially the flawless closure to that round for Motive.
That is Ascension winning team play, showed right there by Motive. And the money is broken, so are the nerves, so are the emotions. Now they have nothing to work with.
They have to give this one, and they know it. Unless this is going to be picked up by a thrifty variety, it's going to go on to 3 map and series points for Motive.
Never going to count that out.
Oh, for sure. We've seen the thrifties, don't get me wrong. But there's a different aura around Motive at the moment. Look at what they've done on this attacking side already. Getting up close and personal to this C site to just explode in. Make it their territory. Close it quickly and convincingly.
And it is quite literally free real estate, not a single landlord here. No one trying to charge that one out. They're all going to come rotating through, and I think the position for Sushi Boys is going to be a little bit damaging. Myers are going to be firmly focused on what he's doing with that.
So caution the wind in this one with these pistols. See if you can get the job done. It's a risky gambit to use an ultimate here, but it looks like Zan is going to use the convergent paths.
Interesting. They're really investing right now, and with Sushi Boys flaring, doing all that damage, the Hunter's Fury, sure, it's found one, but it's not going to matter. It is not going to matter at all. You are throwing away your chances. And there's only one.
It is over.
There is only 1 round buffer here. NAOS cannot make a single mistake
from here
forward.
Map and series point now, as I said,
Sanchit bhai,
just before that round got started, the heavy investment of those ultimates as well for NAOS to try to get back into that round to try and stave off Motive from getting this one. Where has the NAOS defense has been that we saw on the game versus SLT? There was a little bit more. Oh, sorry, velocity.
Delhi के elite passes है क्या अपने पास? कोई जुगाड़?
It's not enough, is it? But at least Savvy will find the opening. He has been traded, however, and Styron has found him. Oh, Nakia, the pressure sits upon your shoulders right now, my friend.
9-12 I don't think so. यहाँ से comeback होगा.
But that rotation starts to come in. However, there's a question. They haven't gone in fully. Nakia has to find this angle right now, and he's traded. He's taken. There is 2 members that stand between Motive and ascending through this lower bracket, making their way towards Ascension, making their way towards Pacific. PTC has nada to say about it, and Zan needs to be the hero. All the way in round, Refract popped up, but he goes straight into the claws of Styron. And there it is. A disruption to Southeast Asian Valorant.
If possible. VLR. वॉइस नहीं आया आपका. दिल्ली के BMIC के passes. Daily BMIC if possible. अगर बन पाए तो, क्योंकि मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि अगर मैं मुंबई से ट्रैवल करता हूँ दिल्ली और BMIC के पासेस नहीं है, मतलब VIP पासेस, पूछो ना, क्योंकि मैं अगर मुंबई से ट्रैवल करता हूँ दिल्ली और बिना VIP पासेस के ट्रैवल करता हूँ तो जाके ही सीन नहीं बनता है, क्योंकि मैं जाऊंगा तो मैं मेजरली कंटेंट के हिसाब से जाऊंगा. आई एम नॉट गोइंग फॉर लाइक, मैं क्लियरली बता रहा हूँ, मैं सोच रहा हूँ तो कंटेंट के हिसाब से जाने की सोच रहा हूँ. एंड इफ इट इज देयर कि भाई मैं कंटेंट के हिसाब से जा पाऊँ तो मैं 2-3 वीडियोस निकाल लूंगा. क्योंकि मेरे को लगता है चैनल वहां से ग्रो कर सकता है, लाइक BMIC में 2-3 व्लॉग्स बना लूँ, BMIC को इंस्टाग्राम पे कवर कर लूँ, जैसे मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ पैसिफिक को कवर करने का. ऐसे वोट्स आए हैं. पूछता हूँ आरू भाई और अक्षित भाई से, वेनॉन टीम में रहते तो काम हो जाए. मैं भी स्नैविश से पूछूंगा, बिकॉज स्नैविश अपना दोस्त है, तो स्नैविश अगर कुछ करवा पाएगा तो हो सकता है. स्नैविश से भी पूछूंगा, बिकॉज तो यार एक तो वो है ना, फ्लाइट टिकट्स का एक क्वेश्चन मार्क है. तो ठीक है, फ्लाइट टिकट्स में जुगाड़ कर लूंगा कहीं से भी. आने जाने की फ्लाइट टिकट्स तो मैं करवा दूंगा, महंगा पड़ेगा तो पड़ेगा, नो डाउट. भाई हेलो, हेलो. टॉग स्पोर्ट्स में भी मीडिया कवरेज टीम में एंट्री दिलवा सकता था. रुद्रा तो दिलवाया था लास्ट ईयर. अब पता नहीं अपने मेरा क्या नसीब है. Nice shot.
Dropping smokes.
अच्छा deep.
I'm backside.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Spike down A.
Nice.
फ्लैट होगा. हाँ मैं बोला भाई सब कुछ, एवरीथिंग इन वन अटेम्प्ट. एवरीथिंग इन वन अटेम्प्ट. ये एक अटेम्प्ट में नहीं होगा. हाँ ये एक अटेम्प्ट में नहीं होगा. इसमें अटेम्प्ट लग गया. Item with explosive. Each. वाह. और क्या है?
Remember, I hit them with explosives, then you go in. No la vayan a cagar. Remember, I hit them with explosives, then you go in. No la vayan a cagar.
I hate them with explosive. No labba. Lauren. I won. क्या नाम है यार? वर्डल। वॉच पार्टी के दिनों में यही टाइम पास थे रे बीच में, तुम सबको पता है। कार रिवॉर्ड फ्री ये 1 में नहीं होगा। LO ये है नहीं। WR VR U okay. अरे इस तो है ही नहीं, ट्यूब्स क्यों लिखा मैंने? क्या अबे आर है ट्यूबर, ये क्या होता है? एक बार हुआ था, मैंने 1 गो में से ये कर लिया था। था प्ले। Strike through, underline, bold, highlight. नहीं है किंगपिन जेनेट 40 herring heyday पे what can I call मतलब ही नहीं पता बास्केटबॉल पीकॉक रेनबो सनसेट heyday नहीं पता heyday पिनाकल प्राइम जेनेट ओके आज नहीं हो पाया 5 मिनटों का ब्रेक है इसके लिए नहीं खेलेंगे स्विफ्ट प्ले जितना टाइम नहीं है तो नहीं तो स्विफ्ट प्ले खेल लेते
Match found. Warm up.
तो भाई मैं डिस्प्ले कैप्चर ही ऑन कर देता हूँ खुदा क्या हुआ भाई एकदम से पैकेट लॉसेस हो रहे हैं हेवी क्या है भाई चोक पॉइंट्स के ऊपर स्पैम हो रहा है अब तो मैं नहीं कर सकता तो साथ चल को मारा था सारे को लगा आवाज आई, पर ऐसी जगहों पे चार चार जाके से आवाज आती है। Okay, 65 both. क्या बॉक्सेस है ये? मैं खेला ही नहीं हूँ। तो कैलकुलेटिव था कि एक आ रहा है, उसको पकड़ूंगा, धर दूंगा। वाओ, शूट करना ही बंद कर दिया। तो सोच रहा हूँ मैं इसके सामने हर बार कैसे आ जाता हूँ। आरएनजी ऐसा करते हैं जानी, तो बैठ गया। ओए बैठ गया है वो। बाइटुल्ला सॉल्टी लेके बाइटुल्ला करता है। जाओगे बताया, 32 मार चुका हूँ मैं। मुंह पे खाया था। ओही 3 मर गए. अरे ई नहीं दब रहा आगे. काटो उनको. बच गए. जय जय. Bruce got aura Laura.
Listening to the analyst desk
Yes.
and giving a big performance.
I would love to hear your opinion on SK Rossi. He's been very polarizing, especially on socials there. He was known as our Jet player back on your roster. Morgan, but how do you feel about him playing more of the Chamber?
I mean, I think he's incredibly sharp. I think he can make it work. The problem with running Chamber, especially on so many maps like they do, is he has to be switched on. If he's not getting those numbers, if he's not finding those kills, you know, taking that space, TPing away, if he's not playing that Chamber to maximum efficiency, it's a waste of a pick. There's no two ways about it. There's stronger agents in that role. So SK Rossi, I think there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders to step up, to have those big performances, because if he starts to slow down, then you see this composition, this style of velocity start to break down, and that can't happen if they want to make it through the playoffs.
No, 100%. I talked a lot about the operator, and I feel like how strong it is to when you're going up against a team that you maybe even think is a little bit better than you. Because let's be honest, maybe there's a lot of people that is expecting Nongshim to take this match.
Yeah.
So the operator, like, job is going to go to SK Rossi to see if he can do that consistently and get the pickoffs for them. I think a lot of this map and this match is going to go on the shoulders of SK Rossi.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very interesting rematch. They were in Group Omega together. Ascent is going to be the first map, and it looks like...
Well, let's see what comes through as map 3.
They both play these two maps already.
Yes.
Okay, this is exactly the same map veto as when these two teams played in the group stage. This is exactly the same veto. Literally, ban for ban, pick for pick. The only difference is they've swapped who's team A and B.
Yep.
But this is identical, which to me is incredibly surprising in both counts, because I felt like Boom got a big leg up from their veto. So I'm surprised we didn't see Nongshim take it in that direction. They're going, hey, we beat you with this last time, we don't care. But Velocity also not making any changes, which tells me that they felt like they should have won that series against Nongshim. That's saying, hey, let's run it back, let's go again exactly as it was, because we can beat you on these maps.
It could very much be that a VOD review thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe they voted everything and thought, okay, well, we fixed it. We don't think they're going to change. Let's keep the veto the same.
It's an interesting tactic.
Yeah.
I wonder if Nongshim is just going to allow that to happen. But it's a very interesting map veto, that the fact that this is happening exactly again, and the only team that Velocity lost to in groups was Nongshim. So this is going to be very interesting here, especially to start the day with this. The thing is, like you guys are saying, Velocity has kind of shown all their cards in a sense, and they looked really readable by the end of group stages, so I wonder how much they are going to be adjusting.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is we haven't seen them adjust. The whole way through, they're trying to get exactly this veto. This is what they wanted. This is their most played 3 maps in this event. So to me, it doesn't show that they're trying to change a lot, which is slightly worrying. I mean, I felt like they kind of got countered. I would love to see them take it in a different direction, but I'm kind of worried that they won't. I'm kind of worried that they're doubling down on what they had. But if you double down, this Nongshim team are very experienced, this coaching staff are very experienced, and I think that they might be able to just hand to you.
They wouldn't expect us to do the same thing twice.
Surely not.
Well, this is the 4th time on Ascent. Surely we don't do it a 4th time.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Who would do that?
I spoke to Lightning Fast as well, and I asked about their Lotus, and he said, like, there's no need to change anything. We feel comfortable on it.
Oh.
We've kind of kept it the same the whole time.
Yeah.
And we've been winning.
Yeah.
So why change it, right? If it's working.
I mean, you can only win for so long with something like this. When it's off meta, that's what scares me. I just worry that now that they've lost on these maps, I think that Boom game especially, exposed Velocity. I think that left them really out in the cold. I'm worried that that leaves a big target on their back and a blueprint on how to beat them. So I really hope that even if they do play these same compositions, they've changed a little bit. They're able to mix in some different ideas, because if you come out with exactly the same playbook, then I think Nongshim will have a great day.
Honestly, some of the best teams, especially the Korean teams though, like Gen G, are known to refine what they already have. So if this is the route that Velocity is taking, instead of just doing exactly the same thing as last time, I think there is a chance here. Now, here are predictions. We are split, just like match 1. This one, I'm just going to go based on paper here. But I see, did you guys...
I went for Velocity.
Okay.
Proud.
Okay, before we go into Nongshim, can you make a case for Velocity? Because they are technically the underdogs in this situation. Yeah.
So normally, I think when you get a rematch like this in a tournament, I think there's an automatic sort of advantage going to the side that lost that first game. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but I think when you get that rematch, you're a little bit more motivated, and also you've been able to learn more from that initial game. I think that's the big thing. I think they still feel very confident. They still did have a very good group stage, even if that game against Boom might have shaken them up a little bit. I also do believe that Russ is a good enough caller, and the coaching staff are good enough to be able to have implemented some changes. Changes are what I want to see.
All right.
If they bring those changes, then I think we're good.
All right, well, we will have to send it to the stage and see if Morgan knows what he's talking about. All right, let's welcome the two teams. We got Velocity representing South Asia facing against Nongshim Red Force. I know Chobra is hoping with all his might that he still has a job next year and that Nongshim wins. Let's see if it actually happens. But Ewok, I'm curious about your thoughts about Nongshim. You've played them plenty over the course of the year. They've made some changes, especially on the roles. Are we liking this? You mentioned it in the content piece just now that you're curious about why.
To be honest, for me, now that you mentioned Chobra, I'm not so sure about my pick anymore. I forgot about the Chobra curse. I felt it firsthand for 2 years, I think. It's pretty real, I have to say.
Yeah, so I know you guys have been avoiding the Chobra curse.
I've lost a little bit of faith now in my own opinion. But Nongshim is someone that always felt really difficult to play against for us last year. We lost against them twice, if I remember correctly. I feel like they prepared really well against us. They also made a slight change, and we weren't exactly ready for that change. We didn't know exactly how to play. And we actually learned quite a lot from the series playing against
The guys
them.
are on the stage, man.
For them and their coaching staff. And then, on the note of them changing some stuff, I think they took a gamble. I'm curious to see if that gamble's gonna pay off.
Yeah, it's brought them far enough. We are in playoffs, even if it is in lowers. And I mean, Big Time, was it a hard prediction for you? Were you kind of like split 50-50 on this, or were you
very
like,
much so.
Velocity's gonna win?
So maybe I'm trying to create a world I want to see with my pick. You could argue that I do think Nongshim.
मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ एक ही मोटिवेशन होनी चाहिए भाई 3 गेम्स है जान लगा के खेल दो ये 3 गेम्स जिंदगी में कभी वापस नहीं आने वाले जिसकी शुरुआत आज से हो रही है.
That's the difference is this time in Ascension,
and we are here to show them कि भाई हम क्या है.
Until the grand final, that's the only time they got tested. Now they don't have a second life, they don't have a second chance. All it takes is one bad day and anyone can lose.
But this core has a year of experience though. This core has played now in Pacific and they've gone through a lot of losses. But surely they've learned a lot more than just last year Ascension,
But
right?
you say that like this Velocity core hasn't. That core's been in Tier 1. That core's lost plenty in Tier 1, let me tell you. They know how to bounce back.
But Nongshim know how to win. At the moment, Velocity have not showed us that yet. There is a big part of me that do want to see Velocity take the big win here, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Nongshim.
I want to ask you the same question, Morgan, that I just asked Ewok. You know, you've known these players, especially 3 of them there. They were on your roster. Have you seen much improvements that you are hoping for and expecting from them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're getting a lot of little things right in the game that are often getting overlooked. It's these little micro moments, jumping around a corner for your teammate, the way they're able to trade, the way they fall into setups now is very, very quick. They are a very well-drilled team, which I love to see. That's something I, was trying for years to instill in them, and they're really managing to grow now. So full credit to Godspeed. I think he's done a great job there. But genuinely, I can see growth in all 3 of those best players. And that's why I'm so hyped on these guys. That's why I'm so optimistic, because I saw that when they were at their best, they can be very sharp. But now I think they're hitting new heights. We do have the agent select coming in on the side of VLT. No changes. They're doubling down, sticking with what they know. Russ on this breach is the key here. He has to find work. He has to find a way to disrupt Francis and disrupt Danby.
With Nongshim, I think this is going to be really interesting. The double duelist, they're still sticking with that. They looked really comfortable on it last time. I can't really see it going any other way, to be honest.
अपनी स्टोरी वैसी
Yeah,
रहती है
I
ना?
think this is going to be a situation, continuing on from Morgan was saying, he's sort of like the ex-girlfriend who trained the boyfriend to set him up for success in his next relationship. We're seeing it's not going to be an obvious win for Nongshim, and to take
the way they're...
Ready for first hand for 2 years, I think. It's pretty real, I have to say.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Okay,
see what comes through.
I think a lot of this map and this match is going to go on the shoulders of SK Rossi.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very interesting rematch.
So guys,
Omega
मैप वीडियो शुरू हो चुका है. Ascent, Lotus और क्या खेलने वाले हैं हम? We are going to play the third game of Sunset. तो मैप वीडियो अपने फेवर में गया है because Lotus खेलने मिल रहा है, Sunset खेलने मिलेगा. अगर मैप 3 जाते हैं तो जल्दी से आ जाओ. एक नेवर एंडिंग रन जो है वो शुरू हो रहा है. एंड लोअर ब्रैकेट में आप सभी की जो विशेस है ना वो चाहिए टीम वेलोसिटी को, टीम इंडिया को.
So I'm surprised we didn't see Nongshim take it in that direction.
Yeah, I think this is going to be it's going to be the first map, and it looks like.
Well, let's see what comes through as map 3.
They both play
So guys, मैप वीडियो शुरू है. यहाँ पर Ascent खेलने वाली है, Lotus खेलने वाले हैं और Sunset खेलने वाले हैं. VLT को आपका सपोर्ट चाहिए, यहाँ पर टीम इंडिया को आपको सपोर्ट चाहिए. जल्दी से आ जाओ, लिंक पर टैप करो, टीम VLT को सपोर्ट करो. रॉसी, लाइटनिंग फास्ट, रश, धमारा, मैडलन सबको सपोर्ट करो बिकॉज 3 गेम्स और हम VCT Ascensions के स्टेज से VCT पैसिफिक के स्टेज पर पहुंच सकते हैं.
We didn't see Nongshim take it in that direction. They're going, hey, we beat you with this last time, we don't care. But Velocity also not making any changes, which tells me that they felt like they should have won that series against Nongshim. That's saying, hey, let's run it back, let's go again exactly as it was, because we can beat you on these maps.
It could very much be that a vote review thing, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe they voted everything and thought, okay, well, we fixed it. We don't think they're going to change. Let's keep the veto the same.
It's an interesting tactic.
Yeah.
I wonder if Nongshim is just going to allow that to happen. But it's a very interesting map veto, that the fact that this is happening exactly again, and the only team that Velocity lost to in groups was Nongshim. So this is going to be very interesting here, especially to start the day with this. The thing is,
Crazily crazy.
Here from Nongshim, sure they take damage, but the captain of RB will open up the bank account early with a 4K.
Yeah, of course, a bit of a new look to Nongshim as well, right? Rolls.
क्या पिस्टल खत्म भी हो गया?
Coming into it a little bit questionable from people from the outside when they come in, right? You got this Yoru specialist in, but you've got Francis moving rolls onto the Yoru. You're getting Danby on the Omen in the beginning before he gets that Neon back out, which honestly, in the chaos of what Nongshim is, it does look better. But onto the Waylay.
All good, all good.
And of course, a slight
Ascent
agent change as well, right? RB back on towards this Sova instead of the Fade, so a little bit of different nuance in there, but still a very comfortable agent for him. And with the pistol round picked up by Nongshim as well, they're not going to meet too much defenses of Velocity. See what SK
early days
can do if he gets a little bit of a sniff that he needs to leave the A site to go to where the action is.
Same sort of round though from Nongshim, just doing the basics and the basics well. And Danby obviously all up in their grill immediately.
चलेगा.
And it's all on to Rossi. 3 bullets in the chamber, and right now, a lot of time to just sort of think about what's next for this team. Nice and clinical there from Nongshim.
Yeah, SK Rossi as well, just going to be seen by Ivy at the end, giving him a little bit of a chance, but he won't fluff it at the pinnacle moment. Good round for Nongshim, flawless as well. They'll have everything that they want going into this next bonus round of theirs. And see if they're going to take commanding charge, just like we saw Motive essentially do to finish off the last series on that Haven map.
Stressed, BP जल्दी बढ़ेगा अभी.
There's tape, there's history, there's expectations placed on this one too. A lot of learning to have, a lot of tendencies that are going to show, a lot of tells, right? One of the biggest things when it came to Ascent in my mind was Velocity. When they used this breach utility of Russ, they are a lot weakened on this defensive side. It was a bit of a pain point where that util goes, then it's Nongshim's time to get in. So I wonder how they're renegotiating that sort of situation when that happens.
They read the macro so well.
Double initiator है तो हमारे पास Sova का.
Already under their belt. Madeline watching close, dodges the paranoia, but also misses the shots. Not quite connecting. Tamara is there though, however, and so is Russ in tow. But they have been caught. It makes it a little bit awkward. RB continuing his strength, taking down one for the trade. They still have to fight Komodo, but X-Russ is a little low.
Yeah, he's just on an island and already being pinged out as well. Awareness of Velocity. Got the macro down pat in this round as well. Some quick retaliation to answer on the fights. Looking pretty healthy still, of course. Just Madeline losing his life. Should be the freebie onto X-Ross by SK Rossi. And then there were two.
Two very capable players though here, right? Komodo and RB slipped the net, all lightning fast, a little shaky, but does connect onto the shot in the end. And now Ivy trying to make his way through. Outlaw in hand, 4 targets ahead. It's 2 reloads.
Nice.
And he's not even going to have a chance for one response.
We started our game. Let's go.
For Velocity and a great start to their journey in
second by second, moment by moment. We can get this. We can fucking get this. Let's go. Let's go.
To continue to do some damage, right? Damara definitely going to be one of them with the impact that he's just able to provide when the team can set him up as well. A similar one is going to be SK Rossi, right? In the current meta and such, you are looking to these chambers. You need to not be a weak force. You want to put yourself on these lines. You want to get your shots. You want to get on out. It's going to be very powerful when he gets out the operator as well, but he needs to make sure he's not misstepping in these crucial moments
on
this big stage.
One round at a time. One round at a time लेके चलते रहेंगे तो हो जाएगा.
Komodo. And obviously we've seen so many familiarities inside Tier 1 on these two rosters in different capacities, of course, as we know. Slotted into B main very, very early here though for Velocity.
One round at a time लेके चलना है बस, that's it.
Well, scoping out some information in towards mid as well, but what does it give you an idea of really? You've still got a push up in towards B main from Damara as well. A main just
मतलब B main का info है.
SK Rossi deep from within the site, so there's a bit of vulnerability there for Nongshim to get up
mid का info
personal towards this A site and go for a split, but
अगर यहाँ फ्रैग ओके मिड का भी इन्फो है तो मार्केट देखना पड़ेगा.
Unfortunately on the back of the fault line.
She is right there as well, so Damara plays his cards right. Now the gate crash is actually
Simple
going
है.
way through as well. Danby with the saturate and the refract, but it's denied.
मार्केट देखना.
Oh
no.
Damara was caught by that. Now Ivy continuing forward, obviously trying to be a little bit of a thorn in the side here. Madeline also blocked off by that dark cover. It's going to be eyes onto Russ, and he slots his way into a very precarious position behind this box. RB going to deny, and now that's a real opportunity for Nongshim here. 4 versus 3.
एक मारता राउंड निकलता. खाली रस को वहाँ पे एक साइड पे मार रहा था.
Back online as well, right? X-Ross with the smoke just going to be deployed. RB will get the dart a little bit later on as well to reveal some good information in the post.
Slow to work, waiting for lightning fast. Obviously, he does have a dark cover now available. Paranoia still in hand, and it's going to go the wrong way inside main. Lightning fast caught on an island.
अरे इतना विफ किया उसने, उसके बावजूद नहीं मार पाए.
Good night, Velocity. They don't want to play this round, and Nongshim fight back immediately, Komodo.
There's some good protocols in the beginning of that round, don't get me wrong. Right? They're trying to put a feeler out to see where Nongshim are teetering towards in the map. But
खराब है, for real खराब हो जाएगा. बस ये नहीं हार सकते. I would say ये बिल्कुल नहीं हार सकते. यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है, यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है. उसके बाद क्वालिफाई होने गए. 1, 2 and 3 games. अगला गेम वैसे भी मोटिव के साथ होएगा. नॉन्गशिम को हराना एकदम ही कंपलसरी वाला चीज है.
into the save situation, and they just have to make sure in a couple of these next forward rounds that it's not just going to be that simulation repeating itself time and time again.
I'm clearly saying no.
Obviously the early stages, when the business really starts to unfold here. The ultimates start to come online. The pressure starts to amount on both of these sides, and yeah, Nongshim, when things like that is happening, when
Chappal mara na mara go.
immediately, it is not showing good things. But there is still plenty of round left here. Lightning fast to get that dark cover down and try buy some space off the back of it.
We want to talk about pressure on a stage. Talk about a rookie coming in towards a roster that's had some miraculous experience throughout this year as well, right? And he's just done it again. Extros, the new guy on the block, feeling a little bit fickle throughout this stage, this tournament so far. Having a couple of moments where the mental game gets a little bit weak, but coming in towards this one, getting some kills like that with this squad, it's gotta make feel confident with the pack.
That's it. You know, Persia, Margaret, they were huge shoes to fill. Obviously a pivotal piece to the original qualification into Pacific. Now as the Owl drone comes out, there is thankfully 2 members here. Quite unspotted for now, but they get moving very, very quickly. And now the refract has to be thrown in. Information onto Russ, getting in towards it now. They are buying time though, it is a little awkward. The fake out, perfect. And now Russ has to go huge, but only with 2. It is going to be a great response here, and my, oh my, SK Rossi has a lot of work to do.
He's just missed the memo yet again, expecting there's going to be a potential lurk from Ivy because it's something that is a bit new for Nongshim, right? Where they're going to slot him in, whether it be through mid or with his utility over at B.
Minimum 5 round to chahiye defense pe.
Him around the map, and SK Rossi tasked with just holding down the smaller site in this situation. His teammates all lose the life, and you know, that moment in time, right, on that A site when the drone starts to come through from RB, I feel like Madeline might have had an inkling that he wasn't actually spotted, but we could see from our POV that he was spotted, just not revealed and tagged out, right? So as soon as Russ actually reveals his spot, both players of Velocity are noted on the site. It feels like easy pickings at the end there for Nongshim to get in, get the trades where required, seal the deal on the round to make 4. And unfortunately for SK Rossi right now, he needs to be very sharp on this shot. And he will get it. It's not sharp, but he gets it.
Okay. A little bit of respite for SK Rossi in this moment because Komodo, I remind you, and I think everyone watching, Velocity had a heater start to this competition, right? And Nongshim, beatable, right? The fact that they're in this lower bracket already shows what they felt throughout this competition, throughout the group stages.
I'll remind you as well, Velocity end up seed number 1 coming out of that B group as well, right? They start in the upper bracket. They've got to do some damage there. It slips a bit. Now they're on elimination, right? This tournament is quite fair in giving another chance to a lot of these teams, right? You can't afford losses. You got to take all these maps, take all these rounds, right? You got to make sure you're putting in the damage. And if you're not, yeah, you got a little bit of a lifeline thrown into the mix. But if you have a massive slip up, it can get the better of you. We saw it, case in point, last series with that clutch that honestly looked like it just destroyed NAOS.
For sure. And this is the difference, right? You know, you think about Pacific, every game in this format, every game on the stage, minimal crowd, sure, but it's just that constant pressure and the evolution of the Nongshim roster. Yeah, man, it takes time, but still very early days. We've had the pause. Velocity looking to get back into this.
So one of the big things that I'm liking from Velocity is out of the timeouts, they have been quite pivotal in their decision-making, their immediate recognition of a couple of these situations that may get the better of them. This is the time where I want to see that as well. Is it the right time to kind of have the timeout there going into what could be a thrifty round? I mean, there's always going to be an argument that it's better to do it before a buy round or get yourself situated to maybe cheek out a thrifty. That's not the best start, though. Having the one saved rifle go down immediately and no way to get it back.
And Madeline's taking some damage in the process as well, so it's already a little bit uncomfortable. Damage dealt, popping it away, looking to make it again, uncomfortable. That's what the really name of the game is right now. Ivy finds another so they can just waltz their way in here. It was obviously a lesser equipped.
पता नहीं क्या हो गया बे 3 गेम हम लोग इजीली जीते.
Well, now is the time for Nongshim to just make sure that they are clean. To close this one here, establish a good lead on this attacking side, and then really see what that timeout is going to play for Velocity.
They seem focused right now. I think that's the most important thing, right? You know, Nongshim again looking beatable, looking mortal. Can't say the same. Back last year, Simprisa was a terrifying foe, leading us to one of the most electric grand finals, I think, in like TAC FPS history.
remaining.
Francis, good damage. Rust
Even on
down.
20 HP, man.
Yeah.
He still gets it done. Flawless in nature for Nongshim on the back of that
5 लोग देख रहे हो,
timeout.
make sure to hit that
Now,
like and
again,
subscribe.
right, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for that switch to flick for Velocity to get back to do what they do best on this defensive side. Now they've got a couple of ultimates to back them up as well, right? I want to see Damara set up for success. I want to see SK Rossi getting in and getting out. Maybe set up by Lightning Fast, for example, over at this ace site, right? Things that were working for them that
भाई साहब लोग कहाँ देख रहे हैं ये स्ट्रीम 5 लोगों पे भी अब 5-1 से 7-5 का सफर देखते हैं.
Certainly no doubt about that at all. Again, this has been anyone's competition. There has been no clear standout. We've seen signs of brilliance from, you know, Velocity.
7-5 का सफर, Rossi popping off हर राउंड में 1 या 2 फ्रैग्स. Let's see if it happens. हम सीरीज में क्या, हम इस मैच में अभी भी रहेंगे.
What is the biggest competition of the year for these players in the server right now?
Highlighted a little bit earlier, Mitchell. SK Rossi to get out that operator to hopefully have some really big impact, right? When he was playing on that jet, it was something that he wanted to keep on getting out time and time again.
Let's see if that happens. Because 5-1 का स्कोर लाइन है, हम यहाँ से अगर 5 या 6 राउंड्स भी जीतते हैं इस हाफ के अंदर, हम डबल इनिशिएटर के साथ काइंड ऑफ डबल डुएलिस्ट ही है, बिकॉज़ मैं चेंबर को नहीं गिनता सेंटिनल के रूप में.
Has weakness when his util is gone. Now he's getting pressured by this drift over at this B side.
Not in just yet. Francis ready to explode, and he gets Rust. No way. Thankfully, Damara able to drop Danby here, but now Madeline is on a little bit of an island. Will respond nicely. And they're still stuck inside main, now sort of creeping their way through. It's an advantage held so far for Velocity, and with Damara joining Frey on towards the side, they're stuck in the lane. It's awkward now.
Nice!
There's Damara, finally.
Well played. Good round, good round, good round.
Velocity and Damara with 3. That's the
Buzz. We need this. We need this.
Right back in play.
Feels a little bit disconnected from Nongshim in that moment as well, right? When you've got the drift going on through from Francis, you got everyone else held at bay. Really well done from Velocity to get a couple of chipper damages in there, and then at the ending moment as well, right? The 4 versus 4, the fact that they're getting in towards this site for Madeline to quickly switch out from the stairs towards the back of Bowhouse, knowing that he needs
we
to
need
do
this.
something
Let's
to help
go.
in this situation, and Damara just holding nothing
Crazy
back,
sheesh.
needing
Let's
to get
go.
into the site to help, not leave his team on an island. Really well done from Velocity to tackle that round. Holding again this operator into the fresh one, in towards mid, where the drone will start to go towards SK Rossi's spot.
He's going to tank that.
Yep, just going to have to respect it as well.
Not scanned, or is. Now it's awkward for him. Doesn't have to pop the rendezvous, though. He's A-OK for now. And as that Hunter's Fury goes out, it's going to be the fake out that forces Damara back. And now they're getting in towards position. The fire.
Whoa, let's go, Damara. Let's go, Rossi.
But he's taken down. Lightning Fast will fall, and now Madeline trying to get the timing, trying to slip the net, but the door, oh
nice
no,
try.
It's not going to be enough time, but now the bomb, spike goes down.
3v3 retake.
On the retake.
X-Ross needs a smoke here to help his team to get across out of a sticky situation. If you've got this Hunter's Fury as RB, you want to have an angle to be able to potentially use this.
Up in heaven, Francis just waiting. That dark cover will fade. SK Rossi's going to go straight onto that line.
Double face.
He's played a perfect game. A brilliant time to strike from the Yoru. And now Madeline on the flank, on the clutch. He's given up the hand. X-Ross knows now. And oh man, it might be another save angle here for Velocity. They have to creep away. It's just getting so close, Komodo, but so far.
It does get close in a lot of these bits, right? When you've got the tags coming out on SK Rossi, you've got the recognition from Nongshim that they need to not give him the fight. They will lose that. So the pivot in towards the tree location, it goes backwards and forwards. Madeline, I think he's trying to find the right timing when that door starts to shut.
I don't know. I just need this game, man. I just need this map. इसके बाद वाला लोटस है, लोटस हम खींच सकते हैं, हमारे पास चांस है लोटस खींचने का.
From our POV there, Francis seeing the op shot lined in from SK Rossi and Russ. It's the bane of the existence of a breach player. You always feel like you're caught with your utility in hand, and unfortunately for him there, it's happened again. Nongshim, they will not let Velocity double down.
Not today, Velocity. But still obviously plenty of game ahead of us right now. SK Rossi, operator back in hand. And again, they're taking that point, they're taking that control. This time we see Damara all the way up in A-Long.
Well, it feels like at the moment we're waiting for a couple of these anti-strats from Velocity to really come on out, right, for us to set up. this sort of round as well. You can play on the back of this overdrive if it does teeter into
Nice
a
try
bit
हो
of a
गया
later
पिछले राउंड में
stage
कोई बात
in the
नहीं
round as
लेकिन
well.
लेकिन
Gotta keep that in
लेकिन
the forefront of your
I
mind
just
for
want to
Nongshim.
know that
Gonna isolate a
the
couple of these spots
way
and dark covers over in towards
VLT is
tree
playing
as
I am
well.
happy still क्योंकि
Gonna force out a little bit of
macros
just
अच्छे हैं
staying presence over towards A.
Oh. It's awkward for Rossi again, but that has popped the Hunter's
Oh, the
Fury. And
timing.
Danby, oh man! He's been able to make such good work of SK Rossi. Hasn't had any space, any time. And now lightning fast. Looks to
Rossi
walk past the
shorty
fake
से
out. If
मार
he can get
खाया
back onto Francis here, it would be phenomenal. And he does get one. Paranoia back to X-Ross.
It's all a ruse though, Mitch. Look what's happening over a B. They're just going to waltz right on in the player advantage that Nongshim still do hold. Clear out the site, clear out the spawn, but Madeline, Madeline,
the
can
cross,
you
the
do
cross.
30 seconds left.
RB slips the net, and Ivy looking to defend there, wanting to try and take this duel, and he will get it, he will catch it. And
ये
sure,
पहले आता
the
ना?
fault line comes down, it will connect onto Ivy, but oh man, Russ, the captain, the IGL, has to try find the 1v3.
And you revealed your position by using that as well, right? So they know that
Save.
you're essentially coming from the market.
Another save.
Gotta be.
It's their bidding right now. Again, it's just so close, but it's some of these couple of picks that are just making it really, really awkward. You know, the duel in A or B main, up short.
It's just another situation of timing. I hate to say it for Velocity. They got timed 2 times in a row in these rounds, right? Russ, what if he didn't have the utility up at the rafters and he gets that kill on a Francis? Goes a different way. It's Francis again in this one that just finds the timing onto Damara over in A main. It's looking a little bit unfortunate for Velocity at a couple of these moments in time because I am still liking what I'm seeing from them around the map to get activated at these duels.
Oh,
That's a bit
no.
unfortunate for us at the end. No operator out.
Oh, salt in the wound, isn't it?
A little bit. 7-2 now. Are we going to have another situation where we need the second timeout investment to come through from Velocity, or are they feeling that they might need to hold it? You know, if the comms are clean, if the decision making isn't clean, they can still make this 7-5 to start to answer on back.
Oh, it's just that pressure that's really getting to Velocity right now, isn't it? And the way that Nongshim are kind of able to control the mid-round. I think that's the masterful sort of strategy that they're putting out right now. They understand the way Velocity play, and they're timing it to perfection.
The tape is there, right? Now we've got a set play coming out from Velocity over towards the A main side of things. You overlook a couple of corners here and
There's
you'll be
a
dead to
chance.
right to Damara.
अबे
Don't
यार!
get one.
Such an investment too, right, onto this pistol round.
You got to do something though. You got to cut a couple of those corners, right? You got to get risky and frisky with it if you want to try and get back in towards this map. You understand the idea, right? You got to set play for a reason.
At least
Nongshim
8-4.
there, they get trapped. They get.
I am
zapped.
asking for an
But it just
8-4
doesn't
now,
work
not
out.
7-5 as well. 7 तो 5 तो मिलने नहीं वाले
The
क्योंकि ये
long
रॉसी पे जा नहीं रहे
rotation.
डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट रॉसी
Nongshim
को
just
मिल ही नहीं
turtling
रहे
in this round, still inside their spawn. And waiting will be lightning fast. Has the dark covers available, but only the Sheriff in hand.
He just needs to show a little bit of individual brilliance and good crosshair placement.
And
in
he
this
has in
point.
they will
Fine,
make me
that's
cry I
it.
don't know मेरे को
Absolutely.
आजकल पता
He's
है
been a rock for Velocity.
आजकल sports make me cry that's
Dark
it
cover goes
the
down.
success the failure
So
failure
Madeline
makes me
will join
smile
that
actually
Guardian. He's
but
going
the
to be
success makes me
absolutely
cry
pivotal.
I don't know
Needs
why
to live up to his namesake for the team, but the Razorvines going to force him out. It's going to be
Shot.
a retake, but that's an important shot, Komodo. We're talking about lightning fast.
30 seconds to go. Plant looking to go down. You've got Ivy still holding the flank.
30
Steel
seconds
Garden, well, it's not going to do anything in the grand scheme of things for this round, so it is going to be hitting your shots,
Hang on.
coordinating this one together, and the retake can come through for Velocity because Russ is poising up for this util.
But if Velocity move quick, they're going up short here for the long flank to saturate. It is going to catch, so it will buy some additional time, but if they can get moving very, very quickly, SK Rossi has popped the tour de force. Damn you, those slots under heaven, and they're actually moving back. They are up short. The timing is perfect. Lightning Fast has now been spotted. They get on towards heaven, and Lightning Fast is taken down. Russ also meets his
भाई वो
demise,
shots
and
लेने
SK
नहीं मिल रहे रॉसी को
it's
क्या
won,
करेगा वो
But then it's done, and that's 8
मैं तो
rounds
खुला
for
बोल रहा हूँ।
Nongshim.
Rossi is
Unfortunately
not
for
getting the
Velocity
chance
as
to
well, I
get
had
a
my
shot.
eyes on that radar to see if Lightning Fast was going to look behind him at any point in that time, and there just wasn't the thought process to look behind for the flank coming on out. Unfortunately, you got to keep focus on getting in towards the site, and it was just a little bit too delayed for Velocity to get in. 2 heavy ultimates played in that round as well for Nort. Nongshim are starting to really know how to play this attacking side.
8-4
2 steps ahead at all times, it would seem, for Nongshim, Komodo, and I think you'd 100% agree. Now Francis looking to do some digging in that drift. On towards the site now.
Steel Garden removing guns, forcing them out of the site. They can get on in quite convincingly.
Oh, crushed
Khatam.
already. both Russ and Madeline.
Khatam.
Mara also, unfortunately, this is a gun round, I remind you all.
You just got to save. Mitch, this is the second last
Classic
round of the
map
half.
gaya ha.
Pennies in the next one if you don't.
VLT बाहर जा रही है शायद.
The zap.
I'm
So
hurting
you've
so
got
much.
अपना सफर यहीं तक था.
The next round had you used them, but I mean you got to, as I said, you got.
Rossi is not getting a final single shot as well. Rick, एक गोली तो मिले मारने के लिए.
It's gonna be the 9th for Nongshim. Last time these two played on this map, it was 9-3 at that half, but there was just not enough space at all for Velocity. They needed to close that gap. They lost 13-6.
I don't think so.
And it's just such a tough pill to swallow in the sense of what is this, like 4 or 5 separate save rounds now to come out from Velocity. That's the pressure that has been applicable from Nongshim and SK Rossi not even getting a chance to save here, and I don't think Lightning Fast is going to be able to have that same luxury. They're hunting, they know where he is, there's a little bit of pressure from Waylay.
I mean, with that kill, if he gets the second one here, he'll pick up the ultimate for that next round.
Okay, I see you.
Is the From the Shadows just going to be an inconsequential, you know, bait and switch TP? Is it going to be used to good value? The damage that he's getting right now is not really pulling weapons away from Nongshim, because last round of the half, they're going to have money to swim in.
They desperately need this third. There is no other option for Velocity right now, Komodo.
Because they need Indian players on the stage, man. नहीं होगा.
I do kind of want to see another set play from them, right? I want to see them
जी जब तक Indian players नहीं उठा रही है.
Into their own hands, right? They do the A set play.
हम बोल सकते हैं कि Indian और गए.
Doesn't work out because Nongshim aren't there. All right, sure, wipe that one off.
BMIC का कुछ सीन बना. OG वालों से बात चल रही है. देखते हैं.
On SK Rossi, trying to find something.
एक दो दिन में बात नहीं बनी तो फिर मैं cancel out ही करूँगा.
This time they're droning B main nice and early, but Lightning Fast has a lot to do at this A main choke as it's just him.
Ivy, the positioning in tiles as well. I think he actually might be able to get a couple here. He absolutely will. There's one, not quite the second. SK Rossi. This is the thing though, they have to take the focus. They're already on A, but Ivy is just taking names, denying any position.
And that's just poison in the round.
अब मैं बता रहा हूँ, ना रस मार पा रहा है ना दमारा मार पा रहा है. दमारा अगर नहीं मारेगा तो नहीं बन पाएगा.
So much pressure on you right now to do something here in
OG वालों से बात
this
चल रही है.
comes out X-Ross. I don't think he's been spotted, but it's not going to matter when Francis comes out of the gate crash, finding SK Rossi, finding Madeline, and then Danby to close. The crowd will roar. There's a few Nongshim fans in there, I'm sure, as they will secure 10, and this is going to be so challenging to come back from.
100%. I mean, we'll throw it back towards the last series for a reason. It was very recent, right? We're looking for learning, we're looking for adaptations, and in this one, we're seeing a bit more from Nongshim. Yet again, the attacking side is their home territory, but it comes to this rendition of the roster. 9-3 last time, 10-2 this time. It's better. And now there's time for the halftime break.
Okay, let me know. देखना दो entry ही. You have the fan pass already. देखता हूँ. I don't know. क्योंकि कैसा है ना यार, ये वन टाइम एक्सपीरियंस है काइंड ऑफ. अबे मुंह छुपा के क्यों हंस रहे भाई. डरते क्यों? 6 लोग देख रहे हैं यार. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Everybody is enjoying the match, I know.
One very interesting reminder to everyone watching is that whilst Velocity started off absolutely hot into this competition, Nongshim, they didn't. They confused us with some wacky selections and compositions, but now they seem to be focused and rejuvenated.
For sure, but this is the time for us to say the same thing for Velocity, right? They need to start to step up to the plate of Ascent right now on this attacking side. Make it theirs.
Three-match series, isn't it? And with Madeline finding that opener onto Dan,
Nice.
a key member, and another as well. They're trying to fight for it, might even be able to play a third. 4 points of HP, but RB low, and the amount of time that they've invested in here, he just has to watch, and RB will get the trade.
Tagged up a
Trademark
little bit,
taken
though.
as well.
So down to 45. It's a good situation for Velocity to try and pick up the pistol round.
Surely a round of theirs, right? No way Velocity lose this. It's
Then
just the
we'll
trade
return this
inside
down.
B main,
Bonus
but
के बाद बता
will
सकता
be
हूँ.
Going to the right station for Nongshim.
If this goes to 10-6 or 10-7 something, तो बोल सकते हैं कि हाँ डबल डाउन करेगी. डबल डाउन कर जाएगी. पक्का डबल डाउन करूंगा
Every
मैं.
single member of Velocity stuck inside that site. The dark cover goes down. X-Ross looking to do the exact same. Putting that awkward position. SK Rossi the first to take point towards the lane, and now the paranoia comes in. It does get the catch, but Komodo, they've left themselves not a hell of a lot of time here. They have to get moving now. The Arcrow's denied. I think they've just completely ran out of time here. They have, absolutely. X-Ross gets one, but it's for naught, and that is going to be
Let's go,
the
let's go,
round
let's
for
go.
Velocity.
Let's go.
So desperately needed here. And maybe we're
One by one.
Really
One round at a time. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go.
The fault line instead of ripping it. As soon as he sees a bit of that trickle utility start coming in from Nongshim, just drop that towards the laneway, and there's no way they're going to get it in. Madeline has been just so absent in this map so far in this first half, right? You look towards
We got our fucking veto correct, man.
Madeline has been a pivotal
लोटस खेलने मिल रहा है हमको सनसेट खेलने मिल रहा है बट सनसेट तक जाना क्यों है असेंट क्लोज आउट कहते हैं ना.
Best performer in this tourney so far for this squad, and it's just fallen off a little bit here. So if he can start to get situated here, that will be a huge boon for them.
You know, I'm a big fan of a comeback story, Komodo, and that would be beautiful on this map here of Ascent. Velocity have built themselves the foundations here by finding that pistol, and it's just about 1 foot in front of the other.
It's a mountain to climb, and they don't have the right climbing gear at the moment, but they can find that along the way, right?
Certainly can.
One
Upgrades
foot in front of the other. RB with the Marshall in this round to see if he can get some
Nah,
good chip and damage.
हमारे पास veto perfect है. Let's go.
Good awareness over towards main.
ये flawless निकालना पड़ेगा.
And now getting a little bit of a
No
spot
weapon
towards
drop.
short as well, but they reconvene towards tiles.
Ascent खेलेंगे अगला लोटस है हमारे पास and then it's decider
Gives you a
sunset.
bit of an idea that that might be the weaker side of the site, and the stacking. He's going hunting, going a little bit loose around the map, but Velocity taking their time to try to figure out the actual close quarters.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit too slow, isn't it? They've already allowed 3 members to slot in here.
Oh, they should be able to finish them off though, right?
Should. Keyword Komodo. His pistols can do damage,
Nice.
but it's a great fault line. It does
Nice.
get to catch Damara. Couple for his trouble. Francis does fine, but
Crazy.
will find himself
Kind of a
soloed.
flawless.
That
Well
is
played,
all
एक sheriff
alive
थी
here.
से.
I think the Phantom's been saved across the Outlaw too. Now the bonus. It's on the cards.
Absolutely. Got to be a little bit careful as Nongshim as well if you're going with any light shields in towards this one to not give an opportunity for the Outlaw to finish you off of SK Rossi. But importantly, the time for Velocity.
No. Not necessary.
Theirs, and to probably learn from a little of the
विरान भाई चाहे मैं वालों में काम करूं कुछ भी हो बीजेएमआई के इवेंट्स तो अटेंड करने आऊंगा ही.
mishaps come in the form of 5 men
Events थोड़ी
everywhere and
छोड़ूंगा.
losing the space, getting flanked.
अगर
Gotta be a bit
जैसे-
aware of that with the research that they've come into this one with.
Playing with fire. But so is Francis, and he's out. So the information not gathered.
नहीं
so
यार
much.
ऐसा तुम पराया कर
Now
दोगे.
spread around the map as well on this default. Can try and find Ivy over at
The
this
game
main
with
spot.
make me start
Just gonna be
casting.
trade of utility for
पराया
them.
कर दोगे. Oh hell no! Lightning fast. Hey, oh fuck!
Oh, jeez. Lightning Fast getting a taste of his own medicine right there. A little bit awkward, but he gets the job done. And this is still a gun round, right? That's still such an important pick.
He just gave Danby a big opportunity to potentially get that one. Feeling confident in himself to go in for the fight instead
वो
of
तो
dash
है.
out of
बात
it.
तो सही है कि
Now you've got the grouping up
वही
of
बात है
Velocity
यार.
towards this B side as well, but you've got the forward assistance from Nongshim. The thorns on the floor, not destroyed by the dart.
And obviously Francis up very, very close with the perfect weapon for it. Komodo, I think we could be very, very much dealing with the Great Wall of Nongshim. 1, 2, not quite, okay. Great trade and now an opportunity. They can pick up the pace here, the utility comes flaring. And onto that position, they actually freeze, they park it. Maybe
Because
a
of
little
the
bit too
thorns.
hesitant,
They
exactly
can't,
right.
they can't get through the thorns now. They've got 20 seconds. They have to bully their way into the site. They have to be careful of Ivy at the back.
Oh, they're low too, and the paranoia does get the catch. Ivy could really be the rose between the thorns right now. In the back of boat shed. 1, 2, 3!
Push.
Ivy! It's poisonous, and it hurts. And unfortunately for poor Madeline, he is solo, he is dolo. And that is the round done for Nongshim.
The problem is, right, the bonus round normally, an expected result that will go to that other team with the weaponry. But the scoreline is one of the big problems at the moment, right? It's the space that Velocity weren't able to find in the first half now that you start to get a bit more worried. Any slip-ups at this moment will give Nongshim the map point. The bonus round there had to go their way, but they are stalled out. They're looking a little bit scared at times to try and get through this utility and through these challenges when something is presented to them. They need to shrug that off and take matters into their own hands. This is going to be an important duel for them because the money be broke if it gets dropped as well. They need some gusto here, up the guts of mid. And
I like
RB,
this.
oh, that was...
RB, go!
Absolutely it was, but obviously the shear still is there to try and make quick work. Damara will bait it out. But this is do or die here for Velocity in this map. Obviously Lotus around.
Hell nah, bro, but hell nah, that whip from lightning fast.
To at least get a bit more here on Ascent.
It's a massive difference though, isn't it? And consistency for them. You've got such a fantastic Lotus attack, but your Ascent here leads a little bit lacking.
Still time. Not
तो अपन तो कीड़ा कांडी करते भी नहीं है तो अपने को काहे के लिए काटते हैं?
Looking in now. Danby with the refract pop. What's he going to try and find here? Oh,
Nice.
Damara! Bait and switch. Madeline will find, but so will Francis, dropping lightning fast. Now Xros watching towards the dark cover, but they go in towards heaven. The glass has been taken, and so has RB. Now Xros has to bail away towards the generators. Does have a little bit of support from Francis, but it's Damara. Francis has to be the hero solo.
Double B! Let's go, Rossi!
Hellish no. Denied. And Ivy with a 1v3 clutch on the cards.
He just got the 3 in the last one, remember, but can he do it again?
27 से 31 को
This one a little bit more challenging.
अपन तो लेकिन मैच उंगली करती भी नहीं अपने को काहे के लिए काटते रे?
Right now it doesn't look like Velocity is going to be giving it to them. They just need to remain calm. Madeline, little bit of a shoulder. Information now gathered, and that's the aftershock to force them away as well. I think the round should very, very well be done here in favor of Velocity, which means that they can keep on going. Once again, one foot in front of the other. That's all they can ask for, and a fifth is certainly an achievement towards that.
Just got to keep that other foot out of the grave at the moment, and that's what they're doing. Treading water. Well done in this round to get the trades. For Damara to lead in, for the team to assist. Got to keep on trying to maximize the potential of what works for this squad and try and find a couple of gaps on Nongshim's side as well, right?
11-5
by swinging together, by getting revealed. There was some awareness of Nongshim in that moment as well, right? When Velocity go up through tree, that was known that the glass was going to be an angle to peek on up. And they managed to win that one, Velocity. Really well done. They reset the econ of Nongshim too, so hopefully here they can take a bit of a breath, build up some of these
Danby के पास है
ultimates, make it a
creds,
clean
वो full
round
shield पे
to
आया है.
keep on going on this attacking side.
This is the scary one though. Nongshim are going very, very aggressive, very, very quickly. And the info is all they'll get. They have to peel away. They're not going to be able to duel this one any longer, and Velocity have not lost any casualties in the process, but Ivy goes picking, and Rusty...
No way!
You got to be hitting those, my friend, but the 145 in one saves him.
Yeah, we'll see how hungry he is to take a fight around the map again. Like the idea of Nongshim to get that A main space, but likewise the Velocity, when they tried to do it,
I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell is happening around with Velocity right now. Easy shots miss कर रहे हैं हम.
Essentially toward this A site, right? They've scared them away from B. They've got the mid protection of the shear.
Rossi's got to be ready for this, right? Just leaving them a little bit of information, but they do pull away. The gate crash out to the other side.
So they just saw the hinder and the shock dart. So then there's two players very focal pointed over there, right? They know that Ivy was over at B, so they're starting to formulate an idea of
40 seconds.
Start to be in this
They are going towards the stack.
But for Velocity, they're going back.
Hell nah, ये round गया. We are at the end game, guys. 12-5.
Straight into the stack. The amount of information that Ivy's been able to gather. He's got his arc rows waiting.
30 seconds left.
This is going to be a very tough battle for Velocity.
And Ivy's just polished off SK Rossi too.
That's a big pick, a very big pick. And Danby also in position.
क्या बोला मैंने
Oh
तुमको?
my word, he was completely blind. He had absolutely no vision. And now Lightning Fast has 15 seconds to try and do this. It was an impossible round for Velocity to lose. But Nongshim, this is why they made their way to Pacific last year. This is why they are trying to make their way back again.
And now you're looking a little bit red in the face from the red force of Nongshim at the moment.
क्या
Velocity,
बोला
as you've
था?
said it, that by
40 सेकंड बचे थे और ये ए पे जा रहे थे, मैं
economic
तभी भूल
view
गया था।
should not
Proxy
have been
connect
around
नहीं
the
हुए
nade
ये round
drops.
में।
But it just felt like at all times in that round, Velocity weren't even considering going back towards the B site. Don't know what the call would be there, right? No progression up through mid to bait out the sheer that they've seen time and time again on this defensive side. It's so common that Ivy places it to be the market protector. They see him over towards B main. They can't finish him off. SK Rossi dies. Everybody else is over at that A site, which you're already getting the ideas that the stack was there of Velocity from the utility that they've seen. They've overplayed things in that round.
Hesitation is a crazy, crazy thing to deal with, Komodo, right? A little bit of overthinking, a little bit of anxiety coming into the game. We lose this, it's 12, backs up against the wall, and you could see it so visually right there from Velocity. A little too hesitant to make their way into main, and when you've got someone like Francis who just plays right up in your face, it causes that panic.
For sure.
And unfortunately,
for sure,
it's netted dividends for Nongshim.
Now the timeout will come out for Velocity, right? I was talking about it a little bit earlier. They've always been kind of game changers when it comes out of their timeouts. They figure out what they need to do, what the weaknesses were, what the tendencies of their opponents were to exploit them. And it feels a little bit flushed at the moment in their faces. They're not being able to figure that out, that solution at the moment. They got 7 chances, Nongshim, right now to close this map, which means opportunities for Velocity to start to string things together. But is it too little too late? Overdrive and Hunter's Fury to try and pave the way in this spread.
7 rounds नहीं होंगे cover एक साथ, sorry.
And you know that Nongshim are not scared to take the space.
There we go. And that's a huge pick. I was going to say, I cannot see a lack of rounds from here from Velocity, even if it's just simple momentum into Lotus. That's all we can ask for at this point in time. And overtime would even be better. But RB, looking at spots.
नहीं होंगे 7 rounds थोड़ी होंगे, पागल हो गया।
But again, they've already taken
ना सामने
damage.
Nongshim man.
He needs to be like a robot in this position as well, right? Get the opening duel, get more. But just the shoulder jump. Gonna force him back a little bit. Got the call to Ivy to pop the thorns.
सामने Nongshim में obviously नहीं हो पाएगा, sorry.
Frozen in time once again. Francis taking point up short. Able to start to have a little bit of a look down. Obviously, we still do have Madeline waiting from tiles, watching forward.
From the shadows, going on out towards the B side, out of audible range as well. Bit of a spot from Madeline on a Francis. There's a double as well. How does he get away with one and a double?
Spike down.
Literally one.
Blasphemy.
You can't be doing that in any way, shape or form. And X-Ross takes down Rossi. There is 2 members remaining of Velocity. They took down Danby. But Francis looks into the face of adversity. And unfortunately for Tamara, he has to try and do it solo. Russ is stuck behind that sheer. And it's all onto the captain here. 15 seconds. If he takes RB, maybe there's a shred of hope, a shred of life. But when he's looking the wrong way, it will be denied. And Nongshim Red Force, they've got a long run through this lower bracket, Komodo. I tell you what, it is a fight.
हाँ, अगला लोटस है, उम्मीद तो है। देखो, मैं अब तुम लोग को एक चीज क्लियरली बता सकता हूँ कि मोटिव वर्सेस टीबीडी है। यहाँ से जो टीम मारेगी वो यहाँ जाएगी, मोटिव वाला गेम होगा कल। हमें ये जीतना है बिकॉज हमें मोटिव के साथ कल खेलना है भाई। NS Red Force isn't BGMI too. I know. Yeah, वही team. Red Force वही team. Nongshim वही team है. BGMI में भी है. Even I would say BMIC के टीम्स में अगर मैं तुम लोग को बताऊँ तो वालों की कितनी टीम्स है मेरे को पता है। मैंने टीम्स देखी है भाई, वालों की बहुत सारी टीम्स है, मतलब बाहर से। Nongshim है, DRX है, वहाँ यून मिन है, यहाँ यून बिन है, समझो। रिजेक्ट स्कारलेट है, ये रिजेक्ट वही है ना, रिजेक्ट स्कारलेट वाली ही है। 1 2 3 ये तीनों टीम्स तुमको वालों में भी दिखती है, रिजेक्ट भी दिखती है, नॉक्शन भी दिखती है, डीआरएक्स भी दिखती है। इवन अगर हम यहाँ देखेंगे तो टीम सोल भी वालों का पार्ट है, और रैंगटान एक टाइम पे थी, ट्रू रिपर्स एक टाइम पे थी, जीडीआर भी एक टाइम पे थी, तो ये सब भी वालों में थे। आई डोंट नो मैन, हम मैंने पता नहीं यार। ये डोंगजिन पता है कौन है? पाक डोंगजिन, मैं इसको फॉलो करता था। ये भाई एज अ टैलेंट इसने, एज अ प्लेयर इसने बहुत कुछ किया है, पता है। मैं बता रहा हूँ सच्ची, एज अ प्लेयर इसने बहुत कुछ किया है। जीसी बुसान करके एक टीम थी, मॉडल जब गया था बर्लिन, ये बर्लिन वाला है। ये बर्लिन वाला टूर्नामेंट है। ये देखो, मॉडल वाइपर ओएस रौनक। यहाँ भी हम हैशटैग कितना है, ये तो प्रीलिम्स का स्टेज था। इधर हमारा चांस था टॉप 5 आने का। इंडियन टाइगर से देखो 10 पॉइंट से रह गए थे। ये हैशटैग 12 भाई थे। थक क्राट और के टीम वो टाइम के भाई, मैंने वो टाइम पे क्राट और थक को देख के कास्टिंग स्टार्ट की थी 2019 में, मेरे को याद है। टीम कैसो, नोवा ई स्पोर्ट्स, टॉप ई स्पोर्ट्स जीती थी, एक्सक्यूएफ, ये एक्सक्यूएफ वो वाली एक्सक्यूएफ होगी। जिमी, कूल बॉय, पैराबॉय, ऑर्डर कैट। सिटिंग अरेंजमेंट देखो, क्राफ्टिंग पर क्या है, बेकार है, पता नहीं। पीएमआई इसी पे ही चलता है। किस पे दिखेगा सिटिंग अरेंजमेंट, किस पे दिखेगा? स्विगी सीन्स पे है ना? स्विगी भाई, ये क्यों है? फोन का ही ऐप क्यों है भाई? फोन पे ही देखना पड़ेगा भाई, पीसी पे क्यों नहीं देती हो बस स्विगी सीन्स वगैरह? साइन इन करना पड़ेगा, तो फोन पे ही देखता हूँ। Let's see on phone itself. रुक दो। एक मिनट। स्विगी सीन्स भाई, ट्रू कॉलर ने भी अजीब कर दिया है बे। एक तो पता है स्विगी पे एक दिक्कत है, लोकेशन चेंज करनी पड़ती है आपको. डेंटू तो फिर वीआईपी, मतलब वीआईपी तो है ही नहीं. स्विगी ऐप पे मिलेगा ये. देखा तो वीआईपी तो है ही नहीं भाई. वीआईपी तो है ही नहीं.
In fact, it was on Lotus with a very long overtime against Nongshim.
Yes.
And
do you still think about that game?
Yeah.
But guys, हाँ,
to your point, I think there is something to it there with the momentum of winning the second map, especially in overtime, which is entirely possible. I'm expecting an overtime on Lotus. Yes, Velocity did win last time they played Lotus, but it was a 10-13. It was kind of close.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting it to be a bit neck and neck.
That's the thing, is I'm definitely worried for them. Even if they did win it, even if they've looked so strong on this map, Nongshim will have reviewed it. We know they will.
Yeah.
They take this so seriously. This is the thing, is they're not going to tread lightly against Velocity anymore.
Yeah.
They're not going to underestimate them because they've had to play against them. They know how strong they can be on this map. So I think it's about what a Nongshim Red Force going to bring into Lotus.
But last time they had the chance to anti them as well, right? How did
True.
that turn out? They still lost.
True.
They're openly talking about, we're playing the same way, we're playing the same comp. Lotus is our map. They've been playing it throughout SA challengers, and it's just, they've always been winning it. So Nongshim could have antied it before. Maybe they just don't have the answer, actually.
That's possible. I think I'm very keen to see how this map pans out. And I do want to see Velocity take this Lotus like they did last time. I would very much like to see that because they have been performing so well. Both of these teams were in Group Omega. They both ended with a 3-1 match win scoreline here. They were, top of their groups. And I kind of want to see this to be a little bit more competitive. No one likes a steamroll. It's not fun. We're here for good Valorant.
I would love to see Velocity fight back because they deserved to go further in this tournament. They deserve to show us more. They've been so good in this group stage. For them to bomb out in playoffs 2-0, 2-0 isn't fair on these players. It's not fair on the performance that we've seen from them. I want them to give me more. I want to see more of this team, but now is the only chance that they have. You can't let this next map slip through your fingers. You can't get complacent. You can't run the same ideas. I need to see some growth. Give me something to work with. That's what I'm all about for this team.
Go off, King.
They're so close.
Tell us more.
They're so close,
Tell us more.
To have a South Asian team make it this far is so impressive. It's so big for the region. And I think it's got a lot of people excited about the possibilities, about the future. But if they crash out like this, the problem is they won't be remembered as winning the group stage. They'll be remembered as the team that goes out in playoffs winless, which they don't deserve because they've been better than this. So now is the time they have to turn it around. I need to see some fight from them. I need to see some energy or you're going home.
This sounded like really deep from experience.
I've been here before. I've been here before.
Well, not really, because you haven't been to playoffs.
This is playoffs. This is different.
I'm sorry.
It's over.
We have to do this. I'm sorry. One day, Morgan. This is Velocity. You have to do it for big time, please.
Yeah.
Just
for
do
me.
this for big time.
We've been saying we want to see them bounce back, right?
Yeah.
They lost 2-0. We said today for the first map, we want to see them bounce back. They didn't, right? It's 13-5.
Yeah.
We need to be realistic as well. I really understand how passionate you are for this region, for these players, right? But we need to see more. And for now, I'm going to look at coaching staff. I'm going to be looking at Russ on the stage. I need to see him rile the boys up.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to see a big performance from them right now and show that what they showed us earlier.
Yeah. Damn, you guys should go to the coaching booth and like give them a little extra pep talk.
I want to go start shaking them.
Coaching.
Guys, wake up!
Wake up! Come on, you
You're
want to
1-0 down.
the finals.
I mean, that's the thing, is because this team can do it. You know, we've seen the potential in this tournament, and when this team look good, they look so good.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just so worried about them sticking with these same ideas. Now you're getting deeper in the tournament. You're playing teams like Nongshim and Boom, who have been in Tier 1, who know how to prep very effectively. So if you're not willing to adapt and grow, even in that same composition, you can grow, you can change things. That's what I'm looking for from them. It's okay if you play the same composition, but just give me something different in how you approach it. And the big thing for them is don't let this pressure get to you. I need to see them play loose, have fun. I want to see Damara stand up and shout like we heard from him in the group stage. He was getting fired up, but where was that in map 1? I need energy, and I need it now for VLT.
I think for a lot of the teams here, I agree with you, and this why we keep talking about this energy is because you can't let it get to you. You are so far in the tournament at this point. When you start clamping up, you're not being flexible, you're not playing your best. I mean, it's just a formula for disaster. Nongshim, on the other hand, they are revving up. They are finding their momentum again, and Ewok was talking about them taking a gamble with these new roles, these new strategies, and it looks like it's finally starting to pay off, and this could carry into the future. Now I'm really excited to go into this Lotus for our second map. We're going to send it back to our casters, Conky and Komodo.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really inspired by Morgan's speech right there because I feel it. I understand it, right? It's like, Komodo, it's so funny to me that obviously we spent so much time coming from like a minor region, right? You know, it's always that Aussie underdog story of trying to fight hard. We're out 0-4, so I'm all thriving for it. My Riddle's gone, my full sensor's gone, my E-King is gone. I want to see this team do big things. I want to see the energy go forward. And if they're undefeated on Lotus right now, Komodo, they need to show us why they are in the playoffs at this stage of the tournament and why Nongshim is not going to be their be-all, end-all.
No, 100%. Of course, the same veto that we saw last time, but flipped up a little bit so far. Very equal scoreline as well compared to Ascent last time, right? The 13-6 to the 13-5 right now, but Lotus was Velocity's bread and butter. It's their map. Now, the question for me kind of is, you won this as the first map in that series, and then you ended up losing 2-1. Now that you've lost the first map, does that rattle you coming onto this one here or not?
SK Rossi, such an impactful member on this play. He's moved up very, very close in towards the position, has to buy the Prowler, and he'll rendezvous straight out back to that C site.
A little bit of space from Nongshim over towards A as well for the tree trap that will get exploited. Now Velocity pushing on forwards. The classic getting a bink and polished off by Russ. So first casualty to the side of Nongshim.
A fantastic start here for Velocity. Now moving in close and personal up towards this side. Danby, the demon on the Neon, already up in towards the corner. And SK Rossi, unfortunately, you don't get to play this round, my friend.
He's just a different beast when he's on the Neon, isn't he?
Absolutely is. That's where his fame came out. And now looking in towards spawn, they will start to creep on through, and Danby, he's going to get into the waterfall, and will there be tears from Russ?
Russ is aware though, look at him.
Ready for it for sure, and he doesn't connect on the shot. Danby keeps on keeping on. That's 2 for the big man right now. And now Damara has to try and, you know, shake up this position. The light, oh my God! The dash in, the slide along, and lightning fast does manage to take him down, so you're telling me there's a chance. 2 players left here, but all the members sitting outside except for RB, who is still on that site, and he gets caught, he gets taken. Madeline able to find that one, but obviously very, very open on this spike plant. It's going to be probably a little bit too tough here for Madeline. And as he's spotted, he will go down to the hands of X-Ross, and Nongshim open up strong here on Lotus.
The pistol going their way, just like the first pistol on the last map as well. And it's not a good recipe for Velocity here. The opening pick converted the other way. How many times have we actually seen that? You know, we were mentioning in the break, and even for the last series, the conversion rate of the 4v5s in these teams so far is looking phenomenal. From the back foot, they are just coming up with good ideas, coming up with good retaliation moments, and also kind of isolating a couple of picks here and there in better judged fights. It's looking good in those areas.
Yeah, it even
I will
expands
say.
back to the last series, right? You know, NAOS was the same.
Yeah.
So many opening picks, but converting, playing from the 4v5, clearly giving some of these players a buff. But Ivy's caught. This is awkward. Lightning fast, very good investment in. SK Rossi, though, hangs out a little bit too much longer, and now it's back to the 4-on-4.
See if there's going to be any more damage off these pistols, of course, with the stack now going the wrong way around the map. So it's going to be a bit of a big old run towards the A site when they realize that the plant will go down.
It's always that 50-50, isn't it? But they made the wrong choice. Where do they go?
Bit interesting that Damby's not going to be favored to go for the plant to get closer to that overdrive. Also, this Guardian can be picked up in the spawn if they recognize that it's there.
Yeah, I don't think they have.
Oh, no, there we go.
Russ, very big brain. But I think the shear is going to keep them really in an awkward position right now. Madeline's trying to find Francis. Should be a no-scope onto the head, absolutely. Why wouldn't it be? And now they make their way out towards Rubble. Okay, Damara, I see you. Now there's a little bit of sweat, a little bit of pressure. There's only the Marshal, only the Sheriff. Will they be able to police this one? Of course, RB hits the shot. And now it's all left on to just Russ on the site with the Bulldog, but it's all bark, no bite. Francis with 3 closes the round for Nongshim.
They go down at the end as well, so no guns will be translated into the fresh round. That is some good damage control from Velocity. Give themselves a really good chance into this next round, which actually now has a bit of weight on the fact that RB goes for the plant instead of Danby. If he got the plant, he would have access to the overdrive come this next round. Now he has to fish for a kill first or go for the orb. We'll see if that does have any actual weight come in towards this next round. But sometimes on that stage, it does come down to a couple of, you know, small percentage plays, small percentage decisions that can have a massive result.
So much lying on this round now. SK Rossi freaked out by the Prowler there, and now Danby looking to get up close and personal. Again with that lesser weaponry, as you mentioned, Damara has a lot of work that he needs to do here. Great catch onto Francis, fast lane up, and he gets 2. Awesome stuff from Damara. Such an impactful member on this map, on this agent. And now Danby's position. He's got SK Rossi absolutely trapped here, making it awkward for this retake as they start to try and make their way around.
5v3, really good opportunity for Velocity.
Need to get back into this one, Komodo. They cannot be losing a round like this right now. Russ, very nice. Fundamentals here, but Danby's back. Oh, Danby's back. And the overdrive denied. Oh, I'm not the only one that thought that could have been happening, ladies and gentlemen. SK Rossi 2 deny and Velocity 4 alive. A fantastic response, and it's all off the back of that damage in the previous round.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that situation as well. What if it was a different member on the side of Velocity that the overdrive hits first, right? What if it's not a healthy member? It could have gone in a different situation, but the fact that Damara is just coming on through when they relinquish control of the site, when they lose the safety net of that C site, to go through the door, to get the double, to really have impact in this round again. He was good with the classic for the damage in the previous. Now he's found another multi-kill. Damara was absent over on that last map. He started to awaken a little bit on that defensive side, but still looking in the negative. If he can flick that over into a positive in this one here, it's going to be a recipe for Velocity to figure out what they do best on this map of Lotus again and just copy-paste it to push us to a third.
This is one of those important rounds right now, the first gun round, and Danby already looking. He's freaked out SK Rossi again, sent him back towards the site of C. But they're already up towards that mound. Rossi, got to step up to the plate here and defend your team's honor. He's going to give it respect, though. Understandable. Falls away and tries to fight the 4v5, but they're still so separated, Komodo. Moving up mid. Ivy.
You get the plant and you got the Nightfall as well. Now it's the time for Ivy to get this flank, and they are none aware of this. He's just going to confirm that the rotating door is free.
If he gets any.
This is good information for Nongshim.
Yeah, absolutely. But I always wonder, has he let many run past?
He's going to get lightning fast.
Yeah, lightning fast is looking though. He's aware. He's absolutely aware. And the information, that information is key right now. Still an opportunity here to get him moving. Ivy finding that position. Now Danby getting all up in the face, but Damara has taken him down. RB gets the response. You're telling me there's still a chance right now. It will be the
These
scenes
are
to
lots
hold
of
them at bay
IV
for a little
battles,
while
not
longer. SK Rossi,
making us win the round.
unfortunately, they've made the call. They will try to get out of there. RB does deny, but Russ, maybe to save the Phantom. Great response here from Nongshim.
It's that Nightfall that goes in as well, right? You cannot flood in towards a retake when you lose your ears, when you lose your HP. More importantly there, you can see it was looking a little bit awkward for them. The good exchange of the neons in that fight as well, that Damara does come out on top, but effort by committee for Nongshim at the end does get the job done. Very, very crucial information in my mind that Ivy is able to find for the team to give them just good safety in the round to look for the closure of it as well. And now we feast our eyes over towards Velocity and what they've got to try and answer back to keep this one competitive and not let this Lotus just go outside of their comfort realm as well, right? This has been such a good map for them.
It's such an interesting round too, though, like winnable with what they've got.
It's been so reliable, right? Now they just need to showcase that. They can't let Nongshim really peel away on this attacking side.
Striking whilst the iron's hot, right? Not allowing that momentum, not allowing that snowball effect, because, yeah, Nongshim is a team that really can lock in. And look at the respect they're giving as well to this round. Frozen in time.
8-4 was the halftime scoreline last time. These two butted heads on this map on these very sides as well. Nongshim on the attack with that 8. And we just saw destruction for Velocity, so they should be okay on the switch up, Mitch. But I feel like when you're a map down in this elimination series, you need to have a closer scoreline. You can't afford to make that go 8-4. You want the lead at the half in this one.
Talk about the mental game, right? How much it impacts your individual gameplay. If you're not feeling confident, you're not backing yourself, all of a sudden you get that shaky wrist.
Well, Plant's going to go in towards this A side at the moment. Still the flank control as well from the Sheer, but it's the forward space that Francis is finding.
The classic caught with your utility out of the breach there. And now they're trying to move in towards position. Francis doesn't get to, okay.
He's given him a gun.
Absolutely, he has. And Lightning Fast holds on to his as well. Danby has to fall away back towards Rubble. And now as the position shifts on in, they move through from Heaven. Madeline does have the C's in hand, so they're going to get this little bit of a wriggle on towards the site now, tapping onto the defuse. Damage dealt. SK Rossi gets one back, but it's good work from Nongshim, holding them on for now. Dark covers go down, but will they fade in time? Absolutely not. The relay bolt goes out.
Nice,
absolute perfection. Ivy,
अब यहाँ से
Danby
we can't drop a single
making
round
it
in the
work
half.
here for Nongshim.
खेल खत्म
Again,
है.
4 on the board early.
Oh, now we're going to see the proper buy come in the hands of Velocity, and they have to start to make it sing. They're having a couple of good decisions to swing together, right? What Big Time was saying, they're getting a lot of these decision-making protocols really well placed out, especially when it comes towards Lotus, right? You get those jiggle beats out, you get those tandem swings out as well. But a lot of that, you know, if you are letting Nongshim figure out those, what you're going for is going to get the better of you. So you need to be changing things up for Velocity in my mind on this side. You're still putting SK Rossi over on this C site instead of changing it up. You're doing a little bit of differences towards A for sure, but now that you've got that drift that Francis is going to come out with, he's just going to spectate things at this site, tell you that the Omen and the Chamber are here, and probably have to get out.
How quick? Very is the answer. Lightning Fast does get one, sure, but RB immediately trades it back. SK Rossi has to fall away. Waiting for his teammates to join him. That spike will go down. RB will find it.
One kill from Russ. Rolling Thunder could be pivotal to try and get situated for that in this round.
Spot on. All of them stuck on towards the side here. The Prowler will confirm some information in towards defender-sided spawn. And now as they creep in, Madeline has to clear this angle, but Francis will find his head first. And now it gets really awkward, really uncomfortable. Do they even want to go in for this? The fake out does get into position. Fault line will catch, but X-Ross will catch even better. And now SK Rossi, the last one standing, and they are hungry like the wolf. But unfortunately for Rossi, he doesn't get to play this round again, denied by Ivy even. Just the rub salt in the wound again. This is why Nongshim made their way to Pacific last year and why they want it back so desperately.
Again, they've just done their research and preparations in towards this one, right, to make their attacking side look commanding yet again. 5-1. Very convincing scoreline to start this off. If you look outside of the Echo Chamber on what we saw last time as well, though, right? That's a big thing that I want to keep making mention to. Because we know what Velocity have up their sleeve on this map. We know what they're capable of. We know what they're going to answer into with. But we also know, on the flip side, that Nongshim are not just going to sit back without any prep and be like, oh yeah, we know what they're going to do. It's fine, it's fine. No, they are also doing their preparations to come out with their own strats, their own antis and everything as well. And for what they've seen so far around this map, it's not looking too different compared to last time, right? They are going to be happy as hell that things are going this way because it's telling them that Velocity are not adapting to meet this level.
And maybe that's one of the dangers, right? You know, coming in as a little bit of an underdog to this tournament, winning 3 on the trot, 3 huge series. All of a sudden, the eyes are on you.
Yeah.
Every single game is being watched. Every single intricacy is being nitpicked. And as you mentioned, Nongshim is a team that does their due diligence. They give respect to every player in the server, except when it comes to Danby's crosshair, because he's going to be all up in your face. However,
well, speaking about that, the crosshair of Madeline again is looking a little bit woeful for the beginning of this map, right? We can't afford at the nth hour for one of your best performers, your best performer, to slip down.
As you said, Komodo, pressure makes diamonds, but it also does cause a very, very heavy bit of pressure.
Need to see an earthquake, though. Rock the situation right now for Velocity. Russ has that. It's a big focal point on this C-Mound play.
They're really wanting to go for it right now. Looks like Nongshim absolutely ready for it, but they will hold. They're waiting for some sort of reaction out of Nongshim before they make this decision.
Well, look what Francis has found. He sees nothing. No rubble control, no tree contest that we normally see from Velocity. It had to be go time for them at some point here.
They're all caught, but so are Velocity. Couple of big shots from SK Rossi, though, however. Really could be looking to do it. He runs away. He doesn't right-click. Still has the tour de force, and he's alive. He's out. But what corner will he go into? They don't know just yet. Madeline can join.
They shouldn't care. This is the problem. They should have been getting out of dodge when they recognize the situation, but they're not. The spike is going to be dropped. RB, it's just a 1vx scenario, and he's in towards Rossi.
What the fuck, Rossi?
Can't be letting that happen!
RB! He's a veteran for a reason, and now it's all left onto Russ, who has a flank behind him. He can get that utility down, but RB is just going to bite it, holding on inside it, and just buying enough time for Francis to come in for the flank. RB has sat at the top of the Valorant world for so long, and that is why.
Oh, he's just come out with the goods in that one for sure. I'm thinking to myself, eventually, the penny's going to drop for Nongshim, that they're going to call for what Francis sees over yonder, right? All right, we've got nothing at A. Let's come towards A. But they weather through the storm. The Velocity throws their way over at this C site. And unfortunately, the Hurricane is just ridden by Nongshim there.
Experience from a team like Nongshim, you learn not to panic, right? They did so well at the start of that round, Velocity, but the second it shakes up, the second it breaks, that's when it gets uncomfortable.
Oh, Madeline getting up close and personal here around this rubble spot, but the bait of the Prowler TP'd away. You've got some rubble control, but what do you do with it? There's such an emphasis on trying to funnel Nongshim into this C-site, into the crosshairs of this operator, of SK Rossi.
And he's uncomfortable again, isn't he? Really, really stuck. Has to rendezvous out once more. Danby running all up in his face, and Rossi taken down again. Lightning fast gets one, not quite two though. X-Ross with a great bit of positioning with that shrouded step. Now Damara, he's in position very, very fast, but so is Ivy. Madeline, great trade. Still a world where they get this 2-on-2.
Yeah, as quick as it is, right? 2 versus 2, Spike tapped, but the Nightfall brought on out dodge and adjusted.
They can leave.
Yeah, but look at what Madeline's doing, aware of the scenario.
So
Does he
aware.
find the right timing though? You can see the pings on the radar. There's awareness on both fronts right now.
They know exactly what they're doing, Madeline. All he has to do is just gather information right now. Allow time for the rotation. The shear is not up. Ivy obviously has gone down earlier in the round. The Horn will at least call it. They will have that info as to where these two players are, and they are separated.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, dirty from Francis, absolutely disgusting. Madeline has to connect with a shot now, and he will.
He's low.
But he's not healthy. And it goes back to veteran RB to try and clutch it out, and he goes up to the heavens.
It's planted open as well, and you've just decayed Madeline down. You've removed a bit of audibility for this flank to start to come into fruition. None the wiser.
No, not at all. A little bit of fade on fade, and no utility for Madeline to try spot anything. RB, man. Again, how many times you can rely on him?
Just a staple name at the moment. Nongshim bringing him in for his tenure, for his experience, and now, remember, we've seen some shakiness from this Nongshim roster when RB first came in, trying to adopt a new identity to the calling of this team. Didn't work out, went back to old reliable Persia. An adjustment now in towards this roster as well with X-Ross coming in. Questions to the agent changes, right, with Francis on the duelist. His looked phenomenal on this Yoru as well. And now RB is getting down and dirty in the fight in this instance, in this map.
Damara the only one with the Vandal here. So much pressure on his shoulders. Again, Russ spotted out by Francis. And they've already got so much control, but so has the side of Velocity. They're already all the way through, but the sheer...
If this was a rifle round, this would be such a problematic thing to get in towards this B side, almost as free as
Madeline,
charge.
Madeline, not ready for the possibility of Ivy even being there right now as they move through Breakable. Ivy, he's going to force his way through, but he's caught. He's caught, no! He's managed to slip the net completely. Damara does manage to find one, but now Russ has to force his way back. And the whole thing is, the whole way Ivy has been making his way into heaven, and now they've forced the rest of the members back. SK Rossi, Russ, they don't have much to work with.
You can settle a little bit now as Nongshim. You don't need to get too overzealous, but Ivy going for the fight.
It's awkward. Rossi just shoulder peeking, hoping to hit that shot with a headhunter, but denied completely.
And they know where Russ was.
They've got all the information so in control here, Nongshim. They have been in the driver's seat. And even so, even while we might not see Danby connect with it, he's dancing around, and unfortunately it takes two to tango, and right now Nongshim are dancing on their lonesome, and it actually looks kind of beautiful, if I'm honest.
Yeah, striking while the iron's hot at the moment. They are dressed for the occasion for sure. Just making sure they're getting into these fights, trying to force some discipline against Velocity as well, right? Making them funneled into wonky spots. I mean, it's looked copy and paste time and time again for this Velocity side in this map at the moment. And we're also highlighting, right, you need to be adapting, you need to be changing. It's not like you're coming out with these new compositions and you're catching your opponents off guard because it's something fresh, it's something new that they're not expecting. This is true tried and tested from Velocity, and now it's showing a bit of its weaknesses. And again, you know, I'm hampering on the fact that it might just be the defensive side. We might see more resilience from them and ideas on the attacking side, sure, but how long can you rely on that? In this precious moment, in this timeout that you're deploying for your second one on this side as well, is this going to be the turning point? Yes, we've seen good conversions after the timeouts from them. Didn't really happen over on map number 1, Mitch. It's looking a little bit more worrisome now for Velocity than ever, because this is the map that if they drop it, that is Ascension done. That is the year's worth of work for all of your success, for your group stage success, turning heads, turning eyes, finding new fans that will leave them wanting more, and you can't deliver that because you will be gone.
A bitter pill to swallow, Komodo. But that is the way that we see these great teams, these great individuals rise up to the test. And now Damara, someone who played so well in this map in previous series, already spotted. But SK Rossi, that's an important pick.
Yep.
Finding Ivy, now the rotation comes quick.
Changing it up a little bit, right? Putting him over at B instead of over at C. A little bit of the tendency plays, finally figuring out a new little look as Francis does get out of dodge. What can he do? He's drawn a lot of attention.
Yeah, they've spotted him though, and they've done so much damage in the process. Now Lightning Fast also gets the info onto Danby, but this is where they've got to be careful. Danby can take space. Oh, he can take space, but he's nearsighted, and that's good enough for Lightning Fast.
Francis is so far away from all this action.
Spike does get planted. Russ also finding him with the aftershock as well, so that's beautiful. So X-Ross, what can you do, my friend? Can you step up to the plate when the pressure is at its absolute highest? The answer is no for now. But onto that defuse, there's not enough time for Francis to get his way in there. Komodo, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, hoping it all works out, and this time they deny that, they change it, and it nets dividends for Velocity.
Right, expecting a different result. And it happens this time. Velocity change it, they get the result that they wanted. Another defuse to come on through, chasing the 8-4. I'm looking at it here time and time again. Clustering up SK Rossi over at this C site with the operator. He's getting prowled out, haunted out, dived on by Danby. This time we change it, and Ivy gets shut down for his lurks, not able to come into fruition. Looking a little bit better as well. Francis on an island by himself, doesn't work out. We're back to common occurrence though with the operator over at this C site, and it does strike hard.
That's massive. But something that's also potentially massive is Danby on the overdrive. Three on the trot. Beautiful stuff as he's off to the races in towards the site. And that very well could start to feel like curtains on this series.
Looking for a round is Velocity.
Definitely two very capable members, Ras and Damara. Danby already on 3, already looking for that ace. As he makes his way up closer, there's 4. It'd be rude not to at this point in time. Danby, he was so good at Ascension Pacific Jakarta. Everyone was familiar with his game. They tried to nerf him, putting him on the Omen, but he's back on the Neon, and he is showing why the name instills fear into other players.
First ace here for the day, 18th in the tournament. A big one to come out from Danby, where we haven't seen one from him just yet. Ivy found one in the series versus Riddle. That's all we've had for Nongshim so far. Are they going to get more? Who knows? That is a hard one for Velocity to fathom, because now it's the last round of the half.
It was such a good start as well, wasn't it, in the round? But
हम
this
C
time,
fight
Exos
कर रहे हैं
and
एक
Francis
बार
to
बार.
drop the
We
defense
are
over
just
towards C. And now with Russ opening that door, the
thinking
steel garden
really
is going to go down. He has to try and get the flashpoint out, but he's taken. Oh my goodness. They're dropping like flies, and Rusty, he's even popped the tour de force, and he won't get a chance to use it that much. Francis with 3, Nongshim with 10, and Velocity, oh man, their year is on a knife's edge.
Oh, for sure. Making sure we have an ace at least every single day of tournament competition play. We're continuing with the tradition. Now, 10-2 is a destructive scoreline to come through from Nongshim. We need to see the same echoed out by Velocity on the exchange of this half.
सिर्फ 2 गेम हारे, तो तीसरा हारेंगे. I'm not even able to speak something, pata hai? I'm not even legit able to speak something.
The tension is incredibly high right now. Velocity fans are really, really hoping that there is going to be some sort of turnaround here in a third map. It would just feel rude not to have it here. But Nongshim are the deniers.
They're going to crack a couple hearts here if they pick up the pistol as well. Because last time these two met on this map, they did on the
Madeline is
defensive
3
side,
and
but there was
11
the
right
immediate
now. Russ
answer
is
back
5
from
and
Velocity.
9.
And then a
Rossi to
string
10
of
pe,
attacking
12
rounds
मारा.
they found. We need more. It starts at Mound, of course.
Danby, a little bit awkward here, but he does manage to get one alongside X-Ross, but Rossi does get the trade out.
How is he alive?
How is he alive? Absolutely right. It's enough time for the flank. They're not going to be ready for this for sure. They're moving their way in. Okay. They take down X-Ross. Maybe there's a chance. You're telling me there's a way in here, Komodo. 2 versus 2. But no, he spots it. Info. Huge from Lightning Fast.
And now you've got to see Ivy slip on in as well with this Sheriff.
He's got the Arcros available. I don't think they're going to be ready for this at all. He's managed to just slide his way through the waterfall. Ivy started to clear, and I don't know what they're going to try and fight here. They get the information, but Ivy hits the shot. Madeline, you were talking about him, Komodo. He hasn't had the best of games, but if he can be the hero here and bring it back, it would be so massive, but it's just not there. Oh man, Nongshim are looking to absolutely destroy this game.
And this is where we see now the result difference of being the 10-2 as opposed to a 9-3, an 8-4. Scorelines that we might have expected in history in what we were seeing. Glimpses of Velocity doing what they could on the defensive side, but it doesn't work out. Francis there for the flank and the trade. The pistol for Nongshim. You kind of are incentivized to force here as Velocity, even though you didn't get the plant, because there is no rope to play with in this map. You need everything. It's the C site again that they're putting their hopes and dreams on.
A full investment too as well, forcing their way in. trying to get this one done now.
Look at the pivot from Nongshim as well. They see zero utility over at the A site, and they generally know a tell from Velocity on the back of the breach util, on the back of Damara getting on in. If you see nothing, you know with certainty they're not there.
Hear no evil, see no evil. But now they're backing towards mid. RB with the C's in hand, he's certainly feeling evil himself, and he will gather that information where Danby can all of a sudden look to take down those Decayed members, but he's just going to hold fast for now. They pull away.
And you've still got the jump spotting out from X-Ross as well, down by the
It's
stairs.
over. I'm really sorry guys, but नहीं है मेरा मन बिल्कुल नहीं है. ये performance के साथ we can't expect to have a lower bracket का run.
Velocity start to really heat up towards this A side, but
Yet
immediately
the match is
Nongshim
not
are here,
over.
ready to answer.
So fast, isn't it? Francis already in position, not going to be caught up at all by any of that utility, and he can just go straight in. He goes a little bit too high. Damara will slide in and find something, but X-Ross is there with 3. And with the final member standing lightning fast, it could be a lightning quick end to this series, end to this game, and end to the tenure of Velocity.
They force up in that round as well, and they are just getting read like a book in an open book exam. You have all the answers that Nongshim needed right in front of them for everyone to see. As I said, no utility tells over at A. X-Ross communicates that one, having a belter of a fragging department and a sieve variety for him in this one as well. Really stepping into a comfort realm. Now the change up of positions for Nongshim on this defensive side as well, something that I feel like we were lacking from Velocity. This is going to be so quick on the flank from the Korean side.
I legit don't feel कि रोशनी next time खेल पाएगा because भाई एक age factor भी है.
I cannot stress enough how important it is to just hold on, to keep fighting. But the flank from Francis again.
Known though.
Absolutely. Spotted. Madeline severs the head. And maybe, just maybe, there's a chance back into this round for Velocity.
Oh, they're trying to bait it though, Mitch. They're trying to draw you on in. How many numbers were there? You've masked your presence a little bit with just showing Francis. But it seems like Velocity have a bit of an inkling as they pause and reposture towards this A site still.
Not taking anything for granted, clearing out every single angle because that's where Nongshim have been. And information gathered now. It's going to be the Haunt going in. Great play by Damara. Beautiful stuff. Not done just yet here, Velocity. Backs up against the wall, but they'll continue fighting.
This is what they needed in the last rounds to make sure that they had a bit of space in the map. And, well, I'm saying that, but it might not even be just over yet. They need to remain flawless in this one. Hold on to the guns. Plant down. 4 versus 2 advantage for Velocity.
You cannot allow this 2 versus 5 to come to fruition. X-Ross, Danby, 2 very, very scary members alive. And now they creep their way up towards heaven. We'll build this one up for them. Danby ready to hit in, ready to hit that high gear and denied. Lightning Fast will hope to continue this one forward for the rest of the team as X-Ross only finds 1 before Damara will respond. 3, it's something for Velocity.
And that's a name that I wish was coming out of my mouth more in this series as well, right? Damara, someone that you're wanting to really see charge in this one. Yes, he's up there with the kills and everything for Velocity, but the scoreline justice is just not there. We're still seeing missing elements from Velocity. If they're able to exercise them now, let's see it. 9 is what they need. A bit of a weaker force for Nongshim in this one now. But again, they've just got the numbers at the right spot over at A.
They were ready for Danby in that round, and that's all they need to be time and time again. Mara's taking the space out towards Rubble, but look at this lean from Nongshim, Komodo.
Here we go. Open the door, see nothing. Danby just needs to make sure he doesn't pull that trigger too early. Give them an opportunity to just sit you down. But Velocity as well, equal. You can't be too scared and give too much space to Nongshim. In situations like this, any mistake can spell the end of this run.
This is what they did on Ascent as well, right? Danby, only good for 1, but X-Ross is good for another. Does get taken by Madeline. Okay. There is still a world where this continues forth.
And you've seen numbers as well, right? You got those 2. You saw the Haunt earlier from RB that tagged you up, so you know he might still be lurking around. And speaking of, Ivy on the big
I really don't know what to speak about it. यहाँ ये rounds के अंदर अगर तुम 2 weapons गिरवा रहे हो
how
आप
much
पोजी
time
देखो
they
आईवी
need.
की
That's the question,
उसको
right? If they
तुम
allow
रोटेट
him
कर
all
रहे
the
होगे
way
वो
through,
मार
they've
देगा
broken
तुमको
the breakable.
And that means that Ivy's attention is going to be drawn towards this B site as well. And he's called the right situation here.
He's going to have it all. Has all the utility as well.
30
If he can
seconds
just buy a little bit of time, buy a little bit of information, and that's exactly what he's done. Madeline looking the wrong way, but it's okay for now. They force him back.
Looking like a Yoru clone.
Absolutely. But now they pulled the plug. They're hitting C.
Clone
and they will
बोल
get
दिया.
that spike down, but the rotation's quick from Nongshim.
I feel like you got to give it to Madeline here. He will go for it. One away from the Nightfall. You need absolutely everything up your sleeve, in your pocket.
Has to stay alive. Has to be the hero that
what?
the team deserves, and there it is.
That was a loose bullet.
That's a Nightfall as well. Surely. They're just going to buy time, though, for now. Not wanting to let anything go, begging. RB gives the information, and it's straight into the helping hands of Madeline. Ivy completely solo 1 versus 3, and he will respect it. He will take that Vandal into the next round. And Velocity, they still keep on going. There is some fight left in them.
They will hold on, but damage is going to be worth its weight in gold here as well, because you still need to balance the money as Velocity. You just saw this guy in a different spot, and now he wants to pull all these guns away. The Bulldog of Lightning past the upgrade, but that's the bait and switch for the swing, as Velocity will find a sorely needed 4. But again, there is just
मुझे
so
तो नींद
much
आ
that
रही
they need to
क्या बोलूं मैं अभी
continue to contend with
मेरे को
here.
पता नहीं भाई मतलब पहली बार ऐसा फील हो रहा है
The saved weapon onto Russ means that the financial situation for Velocity shouldn't go lacking, shouldn't go begging. They'll be okay for a little while longer.
And you still got to be very careful about this flank control as well, because Nongshim are just letting you know that that's always going to be a possibility. The chamber, not a very hard sentinel. That trademark, you got to be very careful still, even when it's on the floor.
It's quick. It's very quick. Danby all the way up into the face and the slide. My God, Damara, not a chance.
It's just going to shut you out. You are not allowed to pass go and collect $200 here, unfortunately. The TP over to the C site quickly for Xros. Denied as well. Throw a spanner in the heads of Velocity as they're going to look to reset and poise back towards the C site with the Nightfall to lead the charge.
It's all hotels on blue, straight to jail.
Here we go.
So frozen in time, just unable to get their way out of the lobby right now.
Well, they're
they know
looking at-
Danby is home.
They'd love to rewind that here, though, wouldn't they? Get Damara back up and available.
Madeline still has the Nightfall, Komodo.
Yep.
I'll find you.
As the sand starts to trickle in this round, 50 seconds to go for Velocity. You've still got that Nightfall that you want to throw in somewhere. The self-flash for Francis is superb.
The hero play is beautiful. Now they've got to try and deal with the shear over towards B, and only 2 members make it in. SK Rossi didn't get invited to the party. And now to try and find RB, who's already taken
Stun
lightning
हमेशा
fast.
लेट कैसे हो रहा है
A 2 versus 5 to try and save this, to try and salvage this. And SK Rossi can't take the opportunity. Francis has found it. Russ needs to be the solo, but it's Francis again. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why Nongshim Red Force are a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, that's such a heartbreaker for Velocity as well, with the run that we've seen from them so far in this tournament, in this group stage. They were playing some really good Valorant with a new identity that some would question in terms of the current meta right now, but they're trying to do things with their own style, and it was catching teams off guard. But when it comes to this moment in time right now, and you've had a lot of tape to watch, sometimes you just can't look to do the same things and for it to work out. Sometimes teams are going to get the better of you, and for this current day, that is Nongshim Red Force. Velocity, I give you guys a very, very well-deserved GG, well played, a pat on the back, a firm handshake. You guys played some awesome Valorant. You should hold your heads high. But unfortunately here, your time is done, as Nongshim Red Force will continue on in this lower bracket. And it is time now to hear from them as they continue this journey.
It's over. Indian team, Indian player भाई नहीं हो पाएगा. हमारे पास 5 ऐसे प्लेयर नहीं बन पा रहे हैं.
All right. right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with RB. First of all, congratulations for such a dominating.
I'm done for. I won't be watch partying more. Fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. Actually, I can't. मेरा हो गया है भाई. मेरी सच्ची में मतलब कुछ बोलने के लिए बात नहीं बच रही मेरे पास. क्या मोटिवेट भी क्या करूँ? मैं लॉन्डो को मोटिवेट भी क्या करूँ? अब मैंने इतने मोटिवेशनल चीज़ों के लिए रील्स डाली, ये किया वो किया. अब क्या मोटिवेट करूँ मैं इनको? इट्स काइंड ऑफ ओवर भाई. जी शी आई लव यू यार भाई तुम. ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच.